Dragons basketball is on the air today from Alex Nemzik Stadium. Today's telecast is brought to you by MSUM, WDAY Extra, Dragon Athletics, and Go Team Productions. This afternoon, the Minot State Beavers in town against the MSUM Dragons, and a beautiful day outside, a beautiful day inside. My name is Jack Michaels alongside Jared Bledsoe, and we are set for Dragons basketball today from Alex Nemzik Stadium. And Jared, first of all, great to work with you. I know that stepping in for Steve DeStacio, he went under a little surgery yesterday, so he got his wrist all figured out, or elbow, and he's going to sit this one out. I'm going to step in for him, but it's a treat to be with you today, my friend.
Hey, a blessing to have you here, Jack. Looking forward to it.
It's a good start. You know, there's a saying in sports, it's not how you start, but how you finish. But if you're Carter Nelson's club, this is a team that has started out red hot. Dropped a couple of games, went on a trip to Colorado, found a way to really play some tight defense, and now as the conference started, this team is playing like they want to play.
They're playing really well so far in the conference play, looking to get another win here this afternoon.
You know, and when the weekend comes in the Northern Sun, primarily you have the Friday, Saturday. Now, I know the Dragons have a game coming up Wednesday against Northern State, actually being played at Memorial Stadium at Concordia College. But on the Friday, Saturday, you win Friday, you get greedy, don't you, on that back day? You want to get both.
You do. You definitely want to get a sweep at home. So the Dragons have a great opportunity to do that this afternoon.
Minot State is the opponent this afternoon, and for Minot State Beavers, they fell last night. Only put up 19 points in that first half against Northern State. This is a team that wants to also split the weekend. So you got one team that wants to pull a sweep, and Minot State wants to play better today, obviously.
Absolutely. They want to get a win, obviously coming into the Dragon Lair, but they got a tough opponent ahead of them.
Like I said, that Dragon Lair, there's certainly talent on both sides of the ledger. When you look at some of the key personnel in today's game, the Dragons had some great balance last night, but Jackie Volker yesterday, double-figure scoring, a young lady that certainly wants to finish strong as an upperclassman, and Maddie Wald, a talented player out of Minot Bishop Ryan High School, and now also a senior at the collegiate level. There's your player comparison today, brought to you by Matt Buck.
Yes, both of these players are floor generals for their team, so definitely be a battle in the backcourt between these two young ladies.
Anderson Wald is counted upon, and Connor Maddie Wald is counted upon to learn from the goods, averaging 15 points a game. Jackie Volker, yes, expected to score, Jared, but also it's more than just the points for Jackie Volker. With this player comparison, one is relied on to really get some points, the other, yes, score, but really be part of the fabric that is a group effort for the Dragons.
I agree, as we often talk about Jackie being the floor general, the spark, if you will, averaging close to 4 assists a game. The Dragons definitely depend on her to distribute the ball and set her teammates up for success.
Alexis Kennedy is roaming those sidelines. Alexis, you had a chance to sit down and chat with the coaches. Good afternoon, Alexis.
Hi, how's it going, guys? Yes, I did get a chance to talk to both head coaches, talked with Carla Nelson. She just said that they had to be focused and disciplined. Minot's going to throw some unorthodox things at them defensively, and they just have to be prepared. On the Minot side of things, they're just trying to figure things out. He said you have 3 guards that are kind of carrying the brunt of their litter, and they just want to move and prepare with it. They've had some heartbreaking losses, but are trying to bounce back from them and move forward. Guys?
Thank you, Alexis. And the tip is controlled by Minot State. And the Beavers, under the guidance, as she mentioned, of Mark Grumpy. Grumpy's got some ties in the state of North Dakota. Dragons obviously protecting their home turf today, and this stadium, this college, electrifying, and a decent crowd this afternoon, Jared. I like that today.
Yeah, glad the fans have showed up, support the Dragons tonight. Dragons come out matched up man-to-man.
And we'll keep our eye on Maddie Wald, who directs a lot. They'll run Maddie Wald through. A lot of motion offense. This is a team in Minot State that leads the league in assists. Quick shot banked up and in, and too strong for Minot State. Mariah Payne, Maddie Wald, Callie Delsman, Carrie Clements, Whitney Molina. They'll jack up shots also. Let's see what the Dragons do on their first possession. A lot of times that second day of a weekend, the energy isn't there because the legs are sometimes down.
Absolutely. That's something we have to look at tonight when you talk about back-to-back in the NSIC. That energy level, most times than not, the team with the most energy sets themselves up for a win.
After a Dragons turnover, Beavers' second possession of this afternoon's game. We'll see how the posts impact each other also. As Payne kicks it on, the shot clock dripping down to 5. Now the shot clock down to 3. Look at this Dragons defense. Good back cut by Wald, and Wald, there you see a little bit of that speed. She's a motor.
Yes, great read there. Set up at the end of the shot clock. getting the Beavers on the board.
Well, the Dragons, winners last night, 76-68 over another very talented Northern Sun team in U. Mary. Megan Hintz has put up big numbers this year early on. On that block, posting up strong, Baravich leads the Dragons in scoring. Quick three from the perimeter, and this one shot a bit long, and Mariah Payne there to clean up the board for Minot State.
I'd like to see the Dragons continue to be patient, try to get it inside. An early look for Hintz. And able to knock down that open shot. Nice block there by Maddie Green.
Well, the post play, when you look at Maddie Green and Megan Hintz, Hintz is 6'2" junior. The Dragons have always seemed to have girls with some size, some length, some physicality. Short jumper off the iron and rebounding, obviously going to be key this afternoon for both teams.
I agree. Kudos to the coaching staff for doing a tremendous job being able to recruit as Jackie slices through the lane for the Dragons' early first bucket.
Well, we obviously had a great matchup. Credit our executive director of the telecast. Our player matchup was Maddie Wald and Jackie Volkert, and both have scored the field goals so far today.
Yeah, right on cue.
The Dragons active. There's that little give and go inside. Little slide, another block shot. This time Megan Hintz got her hands on it and dropped it off a Beaver on the drive.
Nice anticipation there by Hintz. Getting the block and the ball off the Beavers.
The Dragons clad in that Christmas red, we'll call it, this afternoon, this month of December. Awfully feels good to be back home, I think, for the Dragons to play in front of their home crowd. A big three from outside. Maddie Green burns the triple.
Nice shot there by Maddie Green. She was definitely a spark last year off the bench, coming out as a starter, knocking down the early triple.
Well, it's good to see that shot go. Beavers skip pass. That's a deep three on the other end, but Minot State cannot answer on that shot by Payne. And the ball is out of bounds, and we got a loose ball foul, it appears. It's going to be on Whitney Molina. Be her first personal, first team foul, our first substitution of today's game. Peyton Boom is Martinsville, Minnesota native. There's a redshirt freshman. We talk about size. Boom was about 6 feet. Coaches love that length.
Absolutely. That's something that you can't coach is height. You definitely want to have some length when you talk about inside, and even on the perimeter these days at the Division II level.
Dragons with that 5-2 lead and a tied up basketball inside. You bring the ball down low, and Megan Hintz did, and allowed herself to be tied up by Raina Strand. Let's see what the Dragons design here on the inbound. A 3-point lead. Baravich, obviously one of the keys for Minot State be to control Baravich in a 5-second call on the inbound.
Wow, solid job there by Minot State on the baseline defense.
This is kind of what we expected. I think we're going to see a lot of half-court sets today. It might be more of an alley fight than it is maybe a track meet. The Beavers working around. This is Mariah Payne. High post, that's Maddie Wald. Loves to drive. Now she's going to pull back and pull the trigger, and Wald misses off the lip of the iron. The Dragons there to control the board. And the Dragons want to run. Dangerous pass.
Nice
hit. Perfect by Boom.
Excellent catch there by Boom. And Fetch with the assist in transition.
And good hands as Baravich gets a steal and draws a foul on a reach-in on Whitney Molina. That's going to be the second on Whitney Molina, the second on Minot State. But back to this play, Fetch. Look at that catch by Boom.
Great job there by Boom, catching the ball high, keeping it high, and finishing off the glass.
You know, that is, Jared, you can speak to this. That certainly is not, it's just not easy when you're in motion and you're going up, you have to corral it, not travel with it, get your feet set, and then square your body to get a shot.
That's a great point. I mean, excellent job, body control there. As the Beavers force another turnover.
County Baravich called for steps right there. Well, 7-2. Dragons with an early 5-point lead. The inbounds knocked out of bounds. Great to have you on board this afternoon. Men to follow today. We're expecting a great doubleheader of basketball and WDAY Extra. And Minot State, ball in the hands of their quarterback, if you will, Madison Moore. I can't believe Maddie's a senior already. It just means, Jared, that I'm old. I thought she was in high school like a couple of years ago. Played on some of those great Bishop Bryan teams. And the Beavers trying to get a little too quick on that pass and turn it over. Azaria Reed, by the way, is checked in for Minot State.
Yeah, I was going to say the Dragons change up pace, a little full court pressure that last possession. Changing the pace of the game just a little bit.
Nice inside. Megan Hintz, good catch. And again, just the recognition as Volkert finds Hintz for two.
The court vision of Volkert is second to none in this conference, and you enjoy watching her play, setting her teammates up for success.
Well, a shot turnaround, no good by Raina Strand. And now Barabic going to leak out. Barabic draws a little contact. A loose ball found the rebound, and Dragons crashing the board. They're going to pick up a foul on Azaria Reed.
Yeah, again, Peyton Boone going high, snatching down another basketball, going high, ripping, foul there.
Maddie Green back on. Hintz will get a breather in our first look at Natalie Steichen, the very talented guard. Steichen in for Lauren Fetch. Steichen on a DGF. She's a former running Rebel. Barabic closely guarded. Boy, Barabic is strong. Look at that kid move. Just couldn't finish it.
Try there, Barabic.
And we have a technical foul called. I believe Barabic was feeling a little frustrated on not just that possession with the contact, but I believe, Jared, the possession before where she felt a little contact and this time verbalized it. And well,
yeah, unfortunately, yeah. She let the ref know last time down that she thought she should have been at the line shooting too. And that time the ref heard her and rewarded her with a technical foul.
Got a media timeout on the floor. 4:59 to play here in the first. It's the Dragons on top 9-2 from Memphis.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Today's game sponsor, Courtyard by Marriott. And the MSUM Dragon Ladies leading at 9-2 over Minot State. Jack Michaels alongside Jared Bledsoe and Alexis Kennedy. One concern, I think, for Minot State today will be the fact that they did not put up a ton of points last night in their game at Northern. Jared held to under 20 points in the first half last night. And if you're Mark Graupe, the head coach of Minot State, you don't want to see that act play out on a Saturday afternoon.
No, you don't want to see a repeat performance of that. But so far, the Dragons doing a solid job defensively against the Beavers.
Coming up, a technical foul posted against Connie Barabic. Just a verbalization of disagreement of a non-call. Is that a proper way to put that as Madison Walden Meddy hits the free throw? You know, we're human. Everybody's human. You're going to let emotions go sometimes. Sometimes you verbalize it, and sometimes those that wear stripes hear it.
Yeah, unfortunate for Barabic. The refs heard her, and like I said, it rewarded her with a technical foul. And now, chopping into that lead, the Beavers are looking to steal there by the Dragons.
And Dragons force a turnover, going to lead to a leak-out layup by Jackie Volkert. Getting pressure by Volkert and Steichen really force that action. Well, the turnovers, one of those columns for the Beavers. That's their 3rd turnover already here in the first quarter.
Again, Dragons picking up full court. Change the pace of the game. Get the Beavers out of their comfort zone.
You know, they're just pressing everywhere in this man-to-man defense. And against that, Jared, you know, Minot State has had their hands full. They've been rushed into shots they probably don't want to take already. That man-to-man defense right now the Dragons are putting on has been pretty good.
So far, so good. Forcing the Beavers 1 for 8 so far from the field.
The shot clock is down to 6. Dragons got to try to pull the trigger somewhere. There's a lob pass on top. Wald's got a fire. She does. And banks it in. The bank is open on the Saturday afternoon.
The bank is open on Saturday afternoon. Wall.
Dragons going to counter. How about that? Says, all right, I cost my team maybe 2 points. How about this 3? I'll match that up.
Nice transition 3 there by Barabic. Again, Dragons picking up full court.
Well, Connie Barabic, you know, in her sophomore year, you know, normally as a freshman, you know, you're playing. You know, you're doing what the coach tells you, and you're playing, you're trying to find your fit. Kids like Baravich now in their sophomore season, that confidence starts coming in, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The basket opportunities, the green light is a little brighter. You want to see her knock down shots as she did that last possession.
Delsman. Give it up now to Payne. Dragons just trying to work those passes across that tight man-to-man defense. And off a screen, trigger pulled. And one shot and done. Rebound by MSUM. Dragons runner up. Baravich says, I've already hit one. This one a little long. And a foul and a rebound. This is going to go against Peyton Boone. Dragons had one on the inside, one on the outside of that rebound, and the one on the outside got to pick up the foul. That was Peyton Boone.
I like the pace of the game here for the Dragons. Again, you don't mind the transition three as Baravich is checking out. Legal checking in.
Brooklyn Legal out of Richland Center, Wisconsin. The Dragons will pick up their girls in the full court. Volkert flashing at Payne a little bit there. Now Payne run and gun. This is Wald. Wald hanging off balance shot and gets the roll.
Tough finish there by Wald.
You can see why this young lady was an all-stater in high school. Came from a very talented program at Minot Ryan. Steichen lobs it. Great catch by Hinson. On hers, Mariah Payne. But Natalie Steichen also too great. You said the word earlier, Jared. You see the Midco replay here. Just great vision. That's a nice touch pass.
It is, and you got to give the credit to the post by ripping those balls out of the air. And the guards are finding them, but you also have to catch the ball. As Steichen, Hintz crashed the board. Nice finish there by Hintz.
Hintz is there positioning these posts by MSUM. Feel free to take the shots, guards, because we're going to get position underneath. 16-9, Dragon ladies lead by a touchdown. Thanks for letting me use that football reference, Got 2.5 to go here in the first. Dragons trying for a weekend sweep. Beavers trying to split the weekend after losing last night to Northern State. Big shot by Payne off and a foul on the rebound, and the Dragons are getting position. I love to see this early on.
They are crashing the boards both on the offensive and defensive end. It's paying dividends.
Well, Dragons will tell the stripe that last foul whistle on Haley Hildenbrand, her first, and 5 team fouls. And here's Megan Hintz in her junior season out of Rochester, Minnesota. You've had a chance to watch her now the last couple of seasons grow into a complete basketball player.
Absolutely. Can play inside out, doesn't mind getting inside, banging, as we just saw her rip down a defensive rebound, and has a nice touch under the basket, too.
Gets both free throws. One thing the Dragons, despite a 1 for 12 shooting behind the three-point arc last night in a win, they were knocking down free throws. Just a good free throw shooting team in MSUM. One of the best in the conference.
I was going to say, that's what good teams do. They find a way to win. Beavers knock down a 3.
Somebody forgot to mention this isn't a horse competition. This team, they banked in deep threes, and Clements right there sends in a rainbow 3, and just like that, the Beavers are hanging around, down by just half a dozen.
Beavers drop into a 1-3-1 zone here.
We'll see what the ball movement is like. There's a 3 top, a little bit strong, and the rebound to Clements, who just hit that 3 moments ago for Minot State. Nobody has really stopped the ball, and Clements just scooped one underneath the arm of Natalie Steichen.
Clements with her foot on the gas, finishing in transition. Rare transition bucket given up by the Dragons.
That's a Clemens 5-0 run right now for Minot State. Maddie Green, on the perimeter, Brooklyn Legal. Back to Green, now to Steichen. 1:12 to play in the first. Dragons lead by 4. Minot State trapping in the corner, and the pass inside, tipped and taken away. And Delsman has it, advances it now to Clements. Clements loses it, ball is loose. And the Beavers will have it. Under a minute to play here in the first. 18-14, Dragons by 4. Walden Clemens now, or Wald I should say, and Steichen a nice matchup at that point. 16-footer is in. And Minot State's starting to find some rhythm as Haley Hildenbrand has her first basket.
Nice looking shot there by Hildebrand. And you look up and the Beavers are only down 2.
Well, they're on a nice little 7-0 run. Let's see if they can break it. Dragons drive, no, and a loose ball foul called in Brooklyn Legal. Missed the shot and trying to follow through. Just didn't see that Beaver body in front of her. That's going to be her first. team's third. Well, Jared, first quarter looked like MSUM was on their way to a nice possible double-digit lead, had a nice 7-point lead. Things were looking good, and all of a sudden, a little 7-0 run now by Minot State.
Yeah, as you just said, all of a sudden you look up and the Beavers can walk away here up at the quarter or tie ball game.
Well, Minot State can play for that final shot here in the quarter. Mariah Payne with the ball in her hands, guarded closely by Steichen. Kind of hops into a set spot, throws it inside, and can they get a shot off? They do, and it is long. Rebound MSUM, and the first quarter has come to a close here from Alex Nemzik. After one quarter of play, the Dragon ladies trying for a sweep of the weekend had that lead. 18-16 your score after one today from Nemzik.
Watch Dragons Live coverage of MSUM men's and women's basketball live from Memorial Auditorium at Concordia College this Wednesday on WDAY Extra. The women tip at 6 p.m. and the men start at 8 against NSIC rival, the Northern State University Wolves. Come to the games or watch the action live on the Dragons Live Network or the TV home of the Dragons, WDAY Extra.
Okay, one more.
All right, Benji.
Come on.
Benji.
Yes, smile.
What about the flash?
Okay, one more.
Benjamin, hold it
Make a flash,
sideways.
Benji. You have to
Please
back
use
it up.
my
You want to
camera.
get everybody in. You
camera?
can't get everybody in unless you back
Well,
up.
he did it. He did
There
it.
you go.
Did you get? Do you need me?
Well,
Did you?
Don't forget to
Did you
take
get it,
one with
Ben?
my camera.
I think you got it.
Benjamin.
Take another
Oh,
shot.
I think I blinked.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings Beer Sports.
It's our Gate City Bank fan cam, and people all excited about Dragons band. Well, these fellas here are just kind of hanging out. That looks like I just got done with 2 finals, and I am so happy the weather is nice. Let's go get something to eat. That to me, that's what I'm thinking, Jared. Is that about what you're feeling?
That's about it right there. These guys are just happy to be done with finals.
Well, 18-16, Dragons have a 2-point lead. The Beavers will start with the ball in the second half. What did you think about that first quarter, Jared?
Solid first quarter for the Dragons and the Beavers. I mean, as you mentioned, the Dragons started out and we thought it was going to be a double-digit lead, but the Beavers said not so fast.
Ever since Maddie Wald banked in that 3, and she's going to try another one. And just like that, she's given her Beavers a lead. Maddie Wald.
Excellent stroke there by Maddie Wald. Shooting no hesitation on that last possession.
That's a quick dozen for Maddie Wald, by the way, in tonight's game. And Minot State has their first lead. Well, a big thing for the Dragons here, obviously not to panic. Go do what you do best, and sometimes that's getting it into Megan Hicks.
Nice find there inside. Dragons being patient against that zone. I think that was another thing we didn't point out, Jack, that when the Beavers went to that zone, it kind of caught the Dragons off guard.
Good point. Minot State walking around the perimeter. I would have a pretty good idea where Maddie Wald is, and Dragons chasing him. Instead, they go down low. And the shot close tight, inside and off by Hildenbrand. Loose ball picked up by Borovich, and here come the Dragons. Borovich brings it back out. Let that traffic slide by. We'll see if MSUM. Great recognition for the Dragons. Lauren Fetch in here to start the second quarter. Fetch has in the corner. They're looking off hints inside. Can't get it to him. Now the deep goal. That's Volker. Volker 3 is long. And the rebound to Whitney Molina of Minot State. Dragons leading by a point. Beavers with the basketball. This is Wall. Fielding it this time. Her 3 ball is blocked. And a foul on the Beavers as Hintz came up to get it.
Tried to take a 3 over probably one of the most athletic Dragons in Peyton Boom. Blocking that shot.
Maddie Wald. And what's running through her veins, why wouldn't you try to pull the trigger? But you're right. Got to keep in mind how much length you have in front of you.
Probably a heat check shot there for Wald.
Well, Hildenbrand picks up the foul, her second, first on Minot State. Dragons try a little block-to-block pass. Nearly turned it over, got it back, and how about that?
Love that second effort there by the Dragon. Hintz not giving up on the play, finding Fetch for the mid-range jumper.
The Dragons were led by 7, trailed by 1, now up by 3. Minot State using that back pick for Wald. One thing I've noticed about Mark Graupe, and we said this on the pregame, they're going to use Maddie Wald in every scenario possible. You can make football reference, she'd be the wildcat. She's the quarterback. That's who she is, and we've seen her at every space on the floor now.
Right, and why wouldn't you? She has great high basketball IQ, if you will. Again, sizing up players, knocking down threes, backdoor cut we've seen so far this first half, and actually keeping the Beavers in this game.
Brian Delsman falling towards the basket, able to knock it in. And Minot State hanging around. Dragons lead, trimmed to 1. 7:36 to go in the second quarter. Volker, drive and kick. Baravich around the top of the key. Step out. Uh-oh, they left someone wide open. And can I say, boom goes the dynamite?
Boom with the open three, showing her versatility.
Yeah, Peyton Boom. First of all, I love names, and I love that name. I mean, come on. Peyton Boom, that's just made for greatness.
Yes, yes.
Now the threes are dropping today. Dragons lead by 4, and a block shot by Hintz. He blocks it. Leak out. This is Baravich. Thank you very much. And that block shot leads to a deuce.
Big time block there by Henson. Lead to a transition bucket for Baravich.
6:55 to go in the second quarter. Dragons up by 6.
Oh, great anticipation there by Baravich.
We got back-to-back leak-outs. How about this, Jared? And let's go to College Park. Grab to call a timeout. Her instincts as a sophomore, young lady from Roseau, Minnesota, Connie Baravich, her instincts as good as anybody on the floor.
I agree. Great anticipation, getting the steal. Finished the first one with the right hand, now with the left hand in transition.
So with 6:44 to go until halftime, Dragons lead it +8 here against Minot State.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
Dragons leading 29-21. MSUM leading 18-16 after one quarter of play. And now thanks to some turnovers, some block shots, maybe a little bit better defensively, guarding some of those threes that Minot State started to drop, and the penetration has led to either block shots, turnovers, and leak-out layups, Jared.
I agree. The Dragons definitely turned up the intensity on the perimeter, forcing some turnovers, even as they got beat off the dribble, block shots, and that even led to layups here as Hintz finds Baravich in transition, as we talked about finishing with the right hand.
And you know what I liked best about that play? No foul call. It was a clean block. How many times, and specifically in the ladies' game, do you see immediately whistle go up? And you got to realize, no, these ladies can block shots. These ladies can get up and down there, and that was a clean block and a great job by the official recognizing that.
I agree with you. Great job there by Hintz, showing her athleticism with the block and finding her teammate in transition for the bucket.
We'll see what Mark Cropper, coach of Minot State, designed here. A little penetration, little stop. That's a pretty play.
Nice little floater there by Clemens.
Carrie Clements with 7 in the first half brings her Beavers within 6. Dragons looking active right now. Now offensive set, Jackie Volker in there.
Beavers come out of that zone.
I want to see if they isolate Hintz a little bit here, huh, Jared? Maybe see if they utilize it. Nope, they're going to try a 3. Why not? Thank you for proving me wrong. That's why I mentioned that. In Roseau, hey, we shoot threes in Roseau. We had them.
But Roberts with another three-pointer, shooting with confidence, as you said, as a sophomore.
It sounded good, man-to-man. Go to the post, right?
Right.
That sounded good, right? 9-point lead. Skip past Wald's got a 3 ID of her own, and this kid is on fire. Her third 3 of the first half.
Wald with the answer. That one was from deep.
She has 15 points already in the first half. There's that post touch to Hintz, and Hintz fouled. She was chopped on the arm by Grace Swenson. Or correction, that would be Anna Counts. That'd be odd if she was fouled by Grace Swenson, her teammates. Anna Counts got part of the arm right here. Back to Maddie Wald, who just buried her third 3 of the game for Minot State. Remember those Bishop Bryan teams? A lot of state champions that played with a young lady named Hannah Stewart, who now is one of the main players at Iowa, Hawkeyes right now. Yeah, they were loaded in high school. Inbounds off of Counts of Minot State. And stepping in to retrieve and the ball being tied up. Our first look at Nicole Herbertson in the game today for MSUM. The Dragons leading by half a dozen. 5:29 to go in the first half. Volkert, lob it in, caught, shoot, long, rebound Beavers, and nearly losing it they have. Couldn't secure the board. It ends up in Herbertson's hand, and let's see if MSUM can take advantage of an extra opportunity. Hints of the give and go. The going out there.
Skip.
That's how you skip it, is Herbertson's shot off the iron, the rebound to Maddie Wall. You like that play though, Jared. That's how you do it.
Great court vision there on the skip there by Hintz. Create an open shot. Unfortunately didn't fall, but you love the court vision by your post players.
Maddie Wall, drive inside. There's a back cut, and ready for it was Volkert. The Dragons able to turn these Beavers over. Closing in on half a dozen turnovers here in the first half for Minot State. Minot State, as Jared mentioned, has gone from that zone into man-to-man, and right now what we're seeing is the freshman Anna Counts out of Crystal, Minnesota, having her hands full with Megan Hintz of MSUM.
Just about every player, or every team, I should say, in the NSIC is going to have their hands full. Megan demands attention inside. She subs out the game.
And Maddie Green is on. Maddie Green, a junior. She can hurt you from inside and out, too. The Dragons got to get it in. They do to Borovic. Her hand still has some smoke on it. That's how hot she is the last couple of shots she's taken. Crosses over. Teardrop pass nearly tipped and taken away. And Herbertson retains it for Borovic. There's your three. Rattles out.
Nice rebound there by Boom.
Borovic around traffic, throws it up, and it drops. Dottie Borovic, she wouldn't be happy unless there was contact.
Nice move there. Obviously accustomed to seeing her knock down threes, but showing her versatility off the dribble there.
It's an 8-point Dragon lead. Wall, nothing doing in the paint. Ball swung to Payne. Approaching the 4-minute mark. There goes Payne, and we've got a moving screen. Minot State trying to rub off those screens here a lot of times, and that's really been a point of emphasis, not just this season, but that's been in play for the last couple of years in basketball.
It has been. You have to be set. Definitely can't move while you're setting that screen, and great call there by the officials.
Well, the third personal foul on Haley Hildenbrand, the fourth on the Beavers. Dragon ladies leading at 34-26. Good to have you on board today watching on WDAY Extra. Driving is Herbertson, pretty move, just couldn't get it to drop. The rebound tied up. Well, Peyton Boom. Why is Peyton Boom? Every time a loose ball happens, Peyton Boom somehow's got her hands on it.
Yeah, very athletic post for the Dragons. Has a knack for grabbing the ball, whether it's rebounds on the offensive and defensive end.
So Wald will be defended by Herbertson. The spin and squeeze to that right and a foul away for the ball. Going to be on MSUM. It's going to be on Nicole Herbertson. What's happening is that Maddie Wald, if you close out her with the ball, so what Mark Graupe is doing, said, okay, we're going to make Madison effective away from the ball. We're going to rub her off screens. We're going to post her up, and you know that's just the way that kid operates.
Yeah, and she has, again, high IQ. Has got away with a backdoor cut, knocked down threes, and caught the Dragons with their hands down.
This is Wald. Great defense by the Dragons. They are right in the grill right now of Minot State, forcing a step back three, and you can't guard against a bank 22-footer. That's the second bank three of the half. Boy, Payne and Wald. I'd buy a lottery ticket, by the way, if I were them on the way home. That's.
I know. Oh, nice catch there by Jack.
That's my boy. Over here in this telecast, there is two men and Alexis Kennedy. Of the three of them, two are athletes, and the other guy's name is Jack. 5-point Dragon lead after the turnover. We'll see what the Beavers do. You don't want Minot State to be hanging around if you're MSUM, and give this team some confidence. Elbow shot, and there it is. Boy, Hildenbrand got a nice little stroke from 15.
Yeah, that's their second one, knocking that mid-range shot down.
Boy, and the Dragons just can't separate right now, Jared. They've been toying with it. That three will help. Boy, Barabic, her third three of the game.
Love to see her shoot with confidence. Barabic.
And now the shots are really flying.
Oh.
There's three on the other end. Azaria Reed. Like I said, did someone say there was a horse competition going on out here? The threes are dropping here at Nemzik. The Dragons lead, cut to three. Barabic, does she have another one in her?
Oh, Barabic with another answer.
Right between the eyes, and Barabic has her fourth three-point field goal of the first half of the Dragons lead by 6. Payne getting hand checked in a way around the block. I mean, it has been incredible. Forget the two that have been banked in for Minot State. Even those were online, actually. But Barabic right now is unconscious. She had one three-point field goal in the first quarter. She's got 3 twos and 3 threes in the second quarter, Kylie Barabic. But yet the Dragons only lead by 6. Wall goes high, Hildenbrand, and that's her shot.
Yeah, as a third shot without a hand in her face, and she shot again with confidence.
Natalie Steichen back in, Volkert in there for the Dragons. Hintz back in the block. Volkert going to dribble around. They send Barabic through. Steichen, near side entry to Barabic. Skip that to Volkert. Weak side screen set by Steichen. Volkert pulls the trigger. No good. And here's Wald. She likes to run. Wald let the traffic slide by. The Dragons leading by 4. 72 seconds to play until halftime. Payne. Little hesitation. Now the drive. Backdoor feed off the fingertips for a moment of counts. And the ball knocked it out.
Another deflection there by the Dragons, being active on the defensive end.
Again, Minot State last night had just 19 points in the first half. They fell to Northern State by 3. Reverse layup, and nicely done.
Excellent move there by Reed.
Azaria Reed of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Sophomores brought Minot State within 2. Dragons post up Maddie Green. This is Steichen in the corner. Steichen looks off Green, puts it down into the paint. Now Green being held. Nope. Apparently shoved off Azaria Reed. Maddie Green is going to be whistled for the foul, her first.
And that was the right call. That was a physical play. The right call there.
Why in this game, as we view this game, it feels like the Dragons, it just feels like the Dragons should have a nice little comfortable lead, Jared. And yet as we sit here, Minot State has an opportunity to take a lead on this possession.
I agree. I mean, just when you think it's safe to say the Dragons are going to go up double figures, I mean, the Beavers have had the answer so far.
So 38.8 seconds remaining. Halftime show coming up. We get a halftime news break, get you up to speed on all things MSUM. We'll get a word from Carla Nelson at the break. Alexis Kennedy is standing by, the third member of our team. The men to follow today for Chad Walpole's club. They're trying to get a 50-50 split on the weekend, too. Tough one last night for the Dragon men. A narrow defeat in the hands of you, Mary. And for Minot State, they're reeling a bit. They're trying to snap a losing skid. The men to follow, but boy, I don't know how this women's game is going to end, just judging by this. Here's that Midco replay, and they're trying to figure out probably intent of that particular foul, I'd imagine, Jared?
Yeah, I'd agree with you there, Jack. The intent of, was it being thrown down, or they just got tangled up a little bit?
And it looked like a little, what we used to call a forearm love shiver. Just to
get a little love.
Get off. So here we go. There's about 7 seconds that separate the shot clock and the game clock. So the Beavers will have to get one off here as Maddie Wald orchestrates the play. There's a little high-low. Good feed back door, and we're tied. Strand from Wald, and the Dragons will get the last look. Tied at 40. And I'd imagine Carla Nelson not going to be exactly thrilled with the first half. Doesn't mind the points, but it's that defense.
I agree. See if the Dragons are able to get something inside here.
There's Barabic with 6, with 5, 15-footer. Kylie, yes,
oh,
sir!
Nice shot, Barabic.
What a second quarter for Kylie Barabic. And the Dragons lead by 2 at halftime. Alexis Kennedy standing by with the head coach, Carla Nelson. Let's hear from Coach.
Coach, pregame we talked about how they might throw some unorthodox things at you defensively. How is your team handling that?
Terrible. no composure, and then, they've hit just about every shot. So that just makes everything look worse.
All right, see you in the second half.
Thank you.
Jack,
Hey,
Jared.
thank you, Alexis. Yeah, there is concern. I just mentioned it, Jared. If you're Carla Nelson, you can't be thrilled. You're fine with the 40. You're fine with the 20 points that Borovich has at halftime. You can't do much about the bank shots, but you can get hands up. You just heard a very genuine Carla Nelson right there tell Alexis, we got to work on some D.
Absolutely, and you talk about you didn't expect coming to this game, going into the half, 82 points between the two teams. So, yeah, Carla's definitely going to talk to him about some defense here.
Our MSUM halftime news break is coming up at the break in NSIC women's basketball. Dragons 42, Minot State 40.
Update or download to the all-new MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features customized following of only your favorite Dragons teams, incredible in-app live stats and media coverage, and our fired-up rewards program all in one easy-to-use app. Update your Dragons app, search MSUM in your app store, or visit msumdragons.com/app to download the new MSUM Dragons app today. Today's Dragons Live coverage is brought to you by BSN, The Courtyard by Marriott, Herbert & Gerbert's, Richards Transportation, Shields of Moorhead, Shucks Bus Service, Buffalo Wild Wings, Forum Communications.
Hello everyone, I'm Tanner Robinson and welcome to today's halftime news break. On today's break, we caught up with standout senior diver Amber Westerang to see how she is making the most of her final season. But first, let's get to know new swimming and diving head coach Charles King.
First year here, how's MSUM going for you?
I love it. I'm in love. I'm a Dragon, and it's a great institution. It's got great people. The athletes are awesome, and the community is just, I love it. So I couldn't be happier.
D3 to D2, how's that transition been, like coaching wise?
I think the biggest thing is NCAA rules. I've coached at every division there is, so I think my philosophy has always been the same, as academics are why you're here. So really putting a focus on that. But then we're trying to be great swimmers, and then what are you trying to be great at in your life? And
looking forward now, we're pushing towards what mid-season about. What are you looking forward to? What are you trying to build on pushing through the heart of the season?
I think we have a great group of women, and they work hard every day. I think they're buying into the program, and just hard work and getting better every day, focusing on one thing at a time. We're in a tough part of the training right now, so we're at kind of some transitions where we're trying to go very high intensity, our volume's up there, we're lifting real heavy, and so we're moving towards trying to swim fast in December. We'll do a little small taper where we rest a little bit and try to pop some good times, and then just focus on finals, and then we get on to our training for the second semester, and then really it's about fine-tuning. Our volume will drop a little bit, our intensity will go up even higher, and then we're really trying to swim fast in February and qualify for nationals in March.
Thanks, Coach King, and best of luck this season. Coming up after the break, we talked with senior diver Amber Westerang.
Dragon Swim School is proud to offer year-round swimming and diving lessons with the lowest student-to-instructor ratio around. Lessons are available for all levels, including parent-child sessions and preschool. Help your child learn to love the water in a safe and caring environment with us at Dragon Swim School. Visit msumdragons.com/swim for more information. That's msumdragons.com/swim.
Get fired up for the new Shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from shopmsumdragons.com.
Welcome back to your MSUM halftime news break. Let's dive straight into our interview with senior standout diver Amber Westerang.
I started out in gymnastics when I was younger, and then I went to swimming, and then sophomore year of high school I decided that I would try it out, and it worked out really well. I really like the school as well. It wasn't just the team that brought me here. I liked the atmosphere of the school when I toured, and I love the atmosphere of the team as well, so it was really awesome. So there are 4 positions in diving, and they're considered A, B, C, and D. And A stands for straight, B stands for pike, C stands for tuck, and D stands for free, which means you can do any position in twisters. So there's also 5 categories, and those go along with the A, B, C, D. And those are forwards, which are 100s, which are mainly the easier ones. Backs are 200s. Reverses are 300s, which is where you walk forward on the board and flip backwards. And then inwards are 400s, where you're standing backwards on the board and flip forwards. So, and then 5,000s, which is where it gets a little bit confusing. Those are twisters. It's definitely a big mental thing than physical. I think that a lot of the times we try to stay loose and like try to mess around in between dives or like during diving and all that, just to like remain calm and stuff like that, because it is kind of scary. And so we try to like goof around and then just loosen up a little bit. So I'm really aiming towards nationals. I narrowly missed it last season by 0.45, so I'm really, really hoping that I can make that happen this year.
Thank you for joining us during our MSUM halftime news break. Stay tuned for more Dragons Live right after the break.
Today's Dragons Live coverage is brought to you by Matt Buss, Midco, Moorhead Public Service, Papa John's, Pepsi, Sanford Health, State Farm agent David Eggers, and Minnesota State University Moorhead. Get fired up for the new Shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from shopmsumdragons.com.
Just looking back on myself freshman year to who I am currently, it's a complete transformation.
You walk around campus all the time, you see friendly faces, you see smiling faces, and people really, really love being here.
For me personally, I was able to get the experience and the knowledge that I needed to be successful.
I've had a pretty long journey to get here. Went to community college, changed majors, and MSUM has transformed my life just incredibly.
Halftime here at Alex Nemzik. Dragon lead 42-40 over Minot State. It's been an interesting first half here this Saturday afternoon in December. And lots of highlights presented to you by Midco, Jared.
Yes, you see the Dragons in transition, capitalizing off of turnovers so far. Looking at ball from the deep three, and the bank is open, as you mentioned earlier, on a Saturday afternoon. Hintz here with the block, looking to get in transition. Kylie Baravich going coast to coast, easy bucket. Not to be outdone, though. A step back three here by Mariah Payne.
Well, that's the second bank of the first half, and then things are going right. And, of course, the Dragons said, okay, we got Kylie Baravich.
Hey, Baravich has been hot, 20 first half points, man. Definitely couldn't predict that. With Reed, a sweet reverse layup there.
Well, Minot State just not going away, and you look at the numbers, and there's a reason why when Alexis Kennedy chat with Carla Nelson. She's not thrilled about that defense in the first half.
No, I mean, obviously 55% from the field, doing a tremendous job from the three-point line, 67%. And again, single-digit turnovers, not typical of a Carla Nelson defensive-minded team. So look for them to pick up that defensive pressure this second half.
Yeah, the numbers are astounding. And when you look at the high percentage, and look at Minot State, three-point field goal percentage right there, 6 of 9 from the three-point range. Granted, 2 banked, and we kind of joke about that, but they're still around the cylinder. You know, they're still hitting a board, and they count.
Absolutely. Bank shots count, too. So look for the Dragons, again, to pick up the defensive intensity. Winning the rebound effort there, 16-11. Both teams shooting pretty good from the free throw line, 100%. So
leading the way for MSU Moorhead, MSUM, 20 points at the break for Connie Baravich. Meanwhile, Maddie Wold, 15 points at the break for Minot State. We are at halftime. Dragons lead by 2, 42-40, second half around the corner.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Herbert & Gerbert's wants to know, what's your favorite sandwich?
My personal favorite is the Flash. It's got all that meat and that Italian flavor that I can't get enough of.
You know, the first time I was at Herbert & Gerbert's, I couldn't decide if I wanted ham or turkey, so I got the Gerf. Got both.
I like the Pompeii, because I like chicken salad, but it also has that sweet chili sauce.
Experience Flavor Nation for yourself with the classic, specialty, and signature menus at Herbert & Gerbert's with 4 convenient FM locations, 1 in Bismarck and 1 in Grand Forks. Or order online and have it delivered at herbertandgerberts.com.
Get fired up for the new Shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from Shop MSUMDragons.com.
Do more of what you love without being held back by joint pain. At Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our team will work with you to create a care plan that meets you where you are, choosing treatment options that fit your lifestyle, so you can get back to more outdoor adventures, more traditions, more active moments, more you. See how you can reach your more at Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Well, Shuck Bus Service out-of-town scoreboard. You look around the league as NSIAC women's basketball, Wayne State, no problems with Bemidji State. Augustana, like MSUM, leading the South Division in women's play. Take it down Crookston. That's in the fourth quarter. And at the break, Duluth up 3 on Southwest Minnesota State. Concordia St. Paul +3 at the break on Winona State. To look around the league, presented by Shuck Bus Service. Sioux Falls trailing St. Cloud State by 18 of the break. A little bit later on, Mankato hosting Upper Iowa. And first quarter just underway, Northern State up on UMary 11-10. An upcoming schedule, make this a note. Coming up for the Dragons, that's a Wednesday game at Concordia Memorial Auditorium against Northern State coming up on Wednesday. Then as the new year turns, when 2019 comes upon us, Dragons on the road at Winona State at Upper Iowa, returning to Nemzik on the 11th and 12th against Bemidji State and Crookston and Wayne State. So a busy schedule coming up. Obviously it heats up as we move towards the new calendar year, that Northern Sun Conference play. Now MSUM already with a victory over Northern State this year, and the two teams meeting again in just a handful of days. But important to know that that is going to be taking place at Concordia College at Memorial Auditorium. Dragons with a 2-point lead here at halftime, and obviously there are some keys. Bledsoe's Bullets, brought to you by BSN Sports, and there are some specific things that we need to be cognizant of in the second half.
Absolutely. The perimeter defense has to pick up. Obviously the Beavers shooting 67% from the field. We talk about the defense defense, they have to pick it up, take better care of the basketball. 11 turnovers first half. And then lastly, as you talked about, Borovic, hot this first half, 20 points. Love to continue to feed her the second half.
I'd be curious if some of these numbers, Jared, we saw in the first half continue in the second half. To keep that pace is going to be incredible.
I agree. Again, we talked about them, both teams combining for 82 points the first half. Be tremendous for them to keep this pace. Fun to watch.
Been some hot shooting threes, some that have banked in today, and some good running of the floor, some blocked shots. 82 total points scored in the first half between these two clubs. Well, let's see what happens here in the second half. 42-40. Dragons will have the ball to begin the second half here from Nemzik. We'll see if MSUM can start out here in the second half like they did in the first quarter, where they actually had some things rolling early on. But then, those MSU Beavers were able to get it done. Volker with it, going to try her luck at a three right out of the gate. There you go. I guess it can continue in the second half.
Nice shot there by Volker. Beavers going under that screen, and obviously we know Volker can knock down the shot.
There's the old saying, man down, hand down, man down.
I
and
love
that's the same thing if you go underneath the screen, too, right?
Absolutely.
The stole ball by Borovic, who leaks it up, and this is the way you start the second half. Fetch from Borovic after that three from Volker, then the turnover. I think Carlton Nelson may have lit a fire under these Dragons at halftime.
Oh, you know, without a doubt, that was a discussion about the defensive energy and effort.
Look at a weak side push off here on Minot State, and all of a sudden the second half not starting out well for the Beavers. Foul there, and Carrie Clements, her first personal, and the first on Minot State. So a 5-0 run to start the third quarter for the hometown Dragons.
Nice start so far, and Beavers come out man-to-man, matched up. I'm sure we'll see more of that zone action as well. The Dragons continue to find success against the man-to-man.
Volker on the ground, nice pass, quick catch, quick shot. Three is off, good offensive board. And here come the Dragons, another possession. Offensive rebounding. Some key offensive boards in that first half for MSUM that led to another possession. See if they take advantage. Maddie Green. Got a Volker and Jackie. Drive and kick. There's a great catch and shoot. That's what happens. Boy, that is just so pretty.
Textbook basketball there. Nice high screen and roll. Jackie coming off hard and forcing that defender to make a decision. Is she going to help out or stay with her player? And Fetch knocking down the open three.
Love the catch and shoot. Yeah, make that defender make a decision. I like that, Jared. Here's Maddie Wald. He checked early in the second half. This three is off, and a good strong rebound by Maddie Green. So the Dragons +9 in the early portion here of the third quarter, on a nice little 7-0 run to start the third. Post touch and a late whistle, maybe a proper call, but the whistle came a little bit late. What'd you see, Jared?
Yeah, that was the right call. As you mentioned, it was late, but it was the right call. Beavers tried to get away with a little snatch away there as we watch the replay here.
Yeah, Whitney Molina got a little too tight, got that left arm around the body. That's the third in Whitney Molina. Here's a quick three. Jackie Volker rims out, the rebound to Payne. Wald, Maddie floats it. That's an open look, and a rainbow three off the Aaron short, but a nice job of Clements following her shot. And the Beavers have an extra opportunity here on this end. Trailing 49-40. The Dragons, little handoff play, step back three, and there's a triple. And again, if you lag down, Jared, I don't care who you are, you're going to have to pay.
That is Payne's shot. That little step back three. The Dragons are going to have to be mindful of that. This second half. Oh, nice find inside the Hintz. Borovic, fine.
The Dragons, they play well together. That 3 moments ago by Mariah Payne stopped the 7-0 run for the Dragons. Now the Dragons going to do us right back. Little head fake, drive and kick. How about a 3-ball from that quarter? Off the iron by Clements. Rebound long, leads to a leak out. Watch out, this could be trouble. Volker, high arcing shot, no. And a fight for the board. It is out of bounds. It will stay with MSUM. That was a 3-on-1 there for a moment. Dragons lead by 8.
You know, I saw something different there. Hintz closed out on Hildenbrand. Didn't give up that mid-range shot where we saw earlier the second half. So nice little adjustment there in the second half so far by the Dragons.
Let's see what the Dragons could do on this inbound. They go right down the throat into the block. Turnaround, beautifully done.
Nice touch there inside by Boom.
Well, Peyton Boom can get her done on the outside. She has great block presence inside. And the Dragons now lead by 10. Much better third quarter for MSUM. Wall stops into the paint.
Great help side defense there by Fetch.
And forced an extra step by Maddie Wall and a turnover. Whitney Molina is off, and back on for Minot State is Zaria Reed. We'll check in with Lexi Kennedy here coming up shortly. I can imagine that as she patrols that sideline, there's probably, I don't know if it's a full smile behind the Dragons bench, but it's got to be a little bit of one. They've just been playing a little bit more efficiently, specifically on the defensive side here in the third quarter. Baravich, heat check early, and that three catches the iron twice. It rolls on, the rebound to Zaria Reed. A 6-minute mark here in the third quarter. Reed drives, spin, hang, pinballed, and blocked out of bounds. Now, Alexis Kennedy. Alexis, I know that Carla Nelson was fairly short at halftime. You've got to be feeling better here in the third quarter, Alexis.
Yeah, I would say I think she's still been pretty tough on her women, though. A big thing that they're looking to do is the help side defense, which you guys just mentioned. Both her and her assistant coach, Cassidy Thorson, are yelling at them across the court, but also previously they talked about forcing up the middle, and their post players have got to get in a good stance and wait for the screens.
Well, we saw Minot State trying to go down low to their big, Raina Strand, and good defense there, just what AK was talking about.
Excellent defensive possession there by the Dragons as Volker takes a three.
Offensive rebound. Baravich misses, but another chance. How about the Dragons crashing the board? Long shots tend to create long rebounds, and MSUM in the spot for it.
Yeah, Boom has the knack for a rebound as the Dragons, as you mentioned, continue to get offensive rebounds against the Beavers.
A lot of action on that right edge. Quick
Boom again with another offensive rebound.
Volker drive. Good shot, head fake there as driving in is Baravich. This time goes to her left hand and drops it in.
Nice shot there by Baravich. Great decision. Missed the previous two jump shots, get to the basket. See the ball go through the basket.
And with that basket by Connie Baravich, now with 22 in the game, and a timeout called by Minot State. Will break also. 4:47 to go in the third. The Dragons, who led by 2 at the break, up by 12, 55-43.
It takes a team to bring the story home every day. It takes a leader to build a legacy of trust.
As the only locally owned news station in the region, we're there for you at every turn.
We're your neighbors, telling the stories that matter because your community is our community.
So when you need to reconnect, remember that we're working every day, just like you.
Trying to make a better tomorrow.
WDAY News, the only locally owned news station in the region.
Libby here with another lesson.
Okay, gotta make a list. Pay cable bill, research car insurance rates, get groceries. And my student loan payment is due next week.
You look stressed. If you're worried about money, try riding that bus.
There is a bus stop pretty close to my job. I could give it a try.
Awesome. More conditioner?
Thanks a lot.
He learned his lesson. Join us and take the challenge to ride green.
Today's game sponsor, Courtyard by Marriott. Dragon women leading 55-43 over Minot State. Dragons led 42-40 at halftime in this third quarter. A 13-3 run to start the quarter, Jared, for MSUM.
Nice start. I'm sure Carla, as you mentioned, a little more pleased with the energy and effort on the defensive end, and obviously on the offensive end with the rebounding, second chance opportunities for the Dragons.
Lex is making her way near that Minot State bench, and I imagine for Mark Grumpy, I don't know if it's Fisher cut bait time, but you can't let this 12-point deficit start really deteriorating, or you're going to find yourself in trouble. Maddie Wall drive, nice take, Maddie Wall.
Great decision. And I was just going to say, you got to get the ball in Maddie Wall's hands to see if you can stop the bleeding. Great job there by Wall.
So it cuts the deficit to 10. Dragons have the lead. Go inside. Minot State forcing one out. Alexis at Minot State, you got a chance to stand over there and kind of peer into Mark Grumpy's huddle. What's the key here for Minot State in the third quarter, Alexis?
On their side, he's talking about trying to make the Dragons pass more and push them out towards the back door. They also just have to play focus. They kind of got sloppy, he said, at the end of the first half, so they need to clean that up and stay competitive with the Dragons.
A 10-point lead for MSUM. Leading by 10, third quarter, 4:24 to go here in the third.
From the time you were little, bouncing off the walls, you were told, go do something. And so you did. Then one day you found yourself in a cap and gown. Now, go do something was an invitation. Or was it a challenge? Go with Midco. We connect you with powerful, innovative technology. That's the start. Your drive and vision do the rest. Go do something. Yeah, that's definitely a challenge. You and Midco. Let's go.
Jack Michaels, Jared Bledsoe, Alexis Kennedy back at Alex Nemzik, 55-45 Dragons lead. MSUM proud to have Sodexo as its dining services partner. Convenience, flexibility, and value. Built into each dining plan. Visit mstate.sodexomyway. That's SODEXOMYWAY.com for all meal plan options. And certainly thanks to our proud partner, Sodexo. 4:24 to go in the third. Dragons with it. Barabbas had the hot hand, leading the Dragons with 22 points in the game with the ball now. Another right wing. Walker, very active pull-up shot. Short. And the Dragons' offensive rebounds, Jared, absolutely phenomenal here in the second half.
Dominating the boards so far. That makes their 10th offensive rebound for the Dragons.
Second chance points, a big count, and can the Dragons capitalize on that board as Volkert drive and kick. Very patient here in his half-court set with his second opportunity. Good extra pass, corner three, long, rebound walled of Minot State.
And that's what the Beavers wanted, switching up to that zone, a long shot, able to corral the rebound so they can capitalize here on the offensive end.
Zaria Reed, there's that flare screen set. Beavers can't get up, it's Clements. Into a double, someone's open. Wald was for a moment in the corner. Dragons got away from leaving Maddie Wald open here on his near side.
Definitely got to find her.
They get it inside, and Raina Strand able to knock one in.
Nice patience there by the Beavers. See if the Dragons can answer.
It's been the story of Minot State. Just when it looks like the Dragons are going to take off and put it away, well, as I say that, Jackie Volker buries a three. Well, that's Jackie's third triple of the game.
And against that zone, that's what the Dragons are going to have to do, knock down open shots. The Beavers look to pack it in.
Reed to Wald. Little head fake, very active. Maddie Wald is always moving. And we got a hand check on the Dragons. There's something about these players that never stand still. She's as effective away from the ball as she is with it.
She is very crafty, high basketball IQ, knows how to get to the spots on the court to get her shot off.
Peyton Boone picked up her second personal. That's the first on the Dragons, and a drive inside by Payne of Minot State.
Nice looking drive there by Payne.
Yeah, just when it looks like the Dragons getting that, had that 12-point lead moments ago, then whittled back down, and all of a sudden your lead is trimmed to 9. 2:23 to go in the third. Minot State active out of that zone, but Dragons haven't been able to get good looks in the last several possessions. A little drive by Green,
nice.
Beautiful take. Maddie Green.
Nice move there by Green, showing her versatility, attacking from the perimeter.
These bigs at 6'2", they can just handle the ball.
Aggressive, you like to see that out of your bigs. Athletic.
Payne, that's her step back three shot, no. Hard board that time by Maddie Green. Going to start a little run here. The Dragons leading 60-49. Cross-court pass, Barabbas. Yes! Right between the eyes. Patty Barabbas with 25 in today's game.
Wow, great shot. Great find there by the Dragons in transition on the skip pass, and Barabbas knocking down yet another triple.
5 threes in the game for Connie Barabbas, and the lead is ballooned to 14. Dragons in a difficult spot. How about that little dipsy-do shot by Raina Strand?
Strand tiptoeing the baseline and actually finishing in reverse.
So we're approaching the 1 minute mark. $1:14 to play here in the third quarter. Dragons leading 63-51. Drive and kick, 3-ball Volker, corner, yes.
Great job there. And these are the type of plays, the chemistry, enjoy playing with one another. Dragons knocked down yet another three-pointer there by Volker.
Well, the zone does a lot of good things when you play it defensively, but it also opens up others.
I agree. Totally agree there. Dragons able to break down the defense. Great anticipation there by Jackie Volker.
And Volker to steal that skip pass. Now with 38 seconds, Baravic says, I'm not going to wait. Long distance three, I wouldn't either with that hot hand today. About 5 seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock. Remember, this was a 2-point game at halftime. The Dragons led by a deuce. They have moved that to +15. Minot State with the ball in the hands of Mariah Payne. Let that shot clock drip down. It's at 10. Now it's 7. Leave it for Wald. Closed out there by Boone. Wald to the paint. Throws back. That's a 3-ball by Reed, and Reed hits.
Nice looking shot there by Reed.
1 second. Dragons do get one off. It's short, and we played 3 quarters today from Nemzik in the women's game. The fourth quarter coming up next after 3 quarters of play. MSUM leading 66-54 for Minot State.
Update or download to the all-new MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features customized following of only your favorite Dragons teams, incredible in-app live stats and media coverage, and our Fired Up Rewards program all in one easy-to-use app. Update your Dragons app, search MSUM in your app store, or visit msumdragons.com/app to download the new MSUM Dragons app today.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
Your she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shear?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Dave Eggers at 218-233-1334 today.
Thank you. Fourth quarter about to begin here. Dragon ladies leading it 66-54. Great to see some former players. Shannon Gallagher just walked by. That is what you call a student athlete.
Absolutely, did a phenomenal job. Had a great career here. Fun to watch her play, and good to see her here supporting the Dragons this afternoon.
Alexis Kennedy standing by, and Alexis, it's a 12-point Dragons lead. Minot State needs to do some things in a hurry here in the fourth.
Yes, for sure here. Specifically, they were talking about Kylie Powell, which they have to get in her face and man-to-man defense. That was basically the whole gist of that last time out, is they got to stop her. And she's got a hot hand, so she's going to be kind of hard to stop.
And not just her, those offensive rebounds too, Jared. You know, this old Dragon team stepped up their game. Maddie Wall, 3-ball, wide left. One shot now. I'd like to see that for Dragons too. Good rebounding.
Right, as you mentioned, the Dragons have 10 offensive rebounds, 26 boards so far tonight, a 9-rebound advantage, 10 now with that previous rebound for the Dragons.
Boy, you get that rebound and leak out and hence the recipient of a pass. They had a quick deuce, and all of a sudden that lead to 14 as the Beavers misfire again.
Dragons looking to run. Oh, Baravic.
Long 3, no. Put back, yes. Hintz. I think maybe Minot State might have thought that opposite hand might have helped separate from that, but there wasn't enough contact to make a call, and Megan Hintz knocks in back-to-back shots. Wald spins, no. Rebound off MSUM. Promotional Solutions is a collection of marketers, creators and designers, finance guys, and fangirls with a passion for good products and design. They strive every day to live up to their namesake by creating awesome promotional solutions. Payne inside, no. Put back, yes. Hildenbrand.
Hildenbrand with a nice looking touch inside left hand. Trying to stay in this game.
Fans visit promotingus.com for all your promo product apparel and marketing needs. The foul this time down on the floor. Minot State's going to have to force the issue. They're going to have to come out and get the grill of the Dragons. So I would guess you got 8:33 to go in the fourth, Jared. You know, they're going to have to force them. So I'd imagine Mark Grumpy's going to have to pick up some defensive intensity.
Right. You obviously look to trap or change the pace of this game, get the Dragons out of their comfort zone, if you will. Obviously finding Barabic as she was able to shot fake and draw the foul in that last possession. Fetch.
That three is going to help. While the Dragons can stroke it. They just can stroke the basketball, and Fetch has her first three. She was probably feeling left out. Volkert has 4. Barabic has 5. 72-56. And a quick three for Minot State. And that one finds the bottom of the net by Clements.
Clements made Barabic pay on that gamble.
Beavers just continue to hang around. A 16-point lead, trimmed to 13. The high-low, catching traffic and free throws coming. Nice execution here by MSUM.
I tell you what, the Dragons definitely have sure hands in the post as we look at this high-low touch. Look at Hintz snatch that ball out of the air, draw the foul. Opportunity to get 2 at the stripe.
The nice part about that, and if you got some young basketball players looking up at that replay by Midco as Hintz hits the free throw, it is the bigs holding their position and not leaving early in the block.
True. Being strong, solid base, I agree.
Both free throws in. Well, Hintz, who had 8 at the break, 8 in the second half, 16 for the game. 74-59. Dragons leading by 15. Men to follow today. 7:38 to go as Delsman ran into a double as the Dragons hedging out. They go inside to Hildenbrand, and she draws the foul from Peyton Boone. Well, Matt Buss has been serving the Fargo-Moorhead area since 1974. And new for Matt Buss is Link FM. It's the fun, fast, and free way. Say that 3 times fast to get around downtown. For more information, do you have to say the www anymore, Jared? Is that assumed?
I think, yeah, that's assumed. We've dropped that.
MattBuss.com. Try it today. Go green. Ride Matt Buss. Hildenbrand misfires on both free throws.
I mean, you could go World Wide Web if you like.
Get the old school. 15-point Dragon lead, trying to get a weekend sweep and stay undefeated in conference play, leading the North. Off a screen, Barabic, and I don't know if she was thinking of a flare screen on that wing or someone stepping out, but it's out of bounds.
Yeah, she was looking for Boone on that pass. A little miscue there. One of the rare miscues so far this second half.
There's been a much better second half for MSUM on both sides. Now, maybe not so much offense. There's a tip ball. Nice force of a turnover. Hintz got her hand on it. Lauren Fetch and Volkert, Barabic, nice seal. Oh, that's not Jinx.
Jinx. And you talk about being strong, holding position. Hintz does a phenomenal job on that last possession, being strong and finishing inside.
There is nothing you can do as a defender. Minus State misfires inside. Delsman, yeah, Hintz having a nice game. But there really is not. Once you are sealed out, you're done.
You're done, and that's when you end up having to double team a player like Hintz defensively to adjust to accommodate for her strength and touch around the basket.
3 ball pulled out, boom, no, and a rebound to Minot State. And then if you choose to go that way and double team, well, now you got your girls waiting outside.
Exactly. You decide who you're going to try to double off of. As you talked about, Volkert knocking down shots. Barabic is hot tonight. Fitch can knock down the shots too. Boom. You know, so good luck picking your poison on who you're going to double off of.
Jackie Volkert whistled for a body foul there. Her first personal, second team foul. Dragons leading at 76-59. Minot State. This is Molina. Into a double, throws one up and found the net. That's a difficult shot. The shots have not been easy here in the second half for the Beavers.
I agree. That was a tough looking shot there. And Molina drawing the contact, no call, able to finish.
Got a dance. Lauren Fetch has a little bounce, a little step in her getting up today. I like how she's bouncing. This is day 2 of a weekend. Reverse spin inside, and the Dragons are getting it down in the paint.
Nice move there by Boone.
Peyton Boone. 4 field goals, and each one of them is attractive. 3 2-pointers and a 3-pointer. And the Beavers counter with a 3-ball from Hildenbrand. And a quick timeout called by Mark Grumpy. 5:29 to play in the fourth quarter. Our score, MSUM 78, Minot State 63.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Dragon Swim School is proud to offer year-round swimming and diving lessons with the lowest student-to-instructor ratio around. Lessons are available for all levels, including parent-child sessions and preschool. Help your child learn to love the water in a safe and caring environment with us at Dragon Swim School. Visit msumdragons.com/swim for more information. That's msumdragons.com/swim.
Here's your State Farm assist of the game. And Jared, that's a catch in traffic right there.
Excellent pass there by Fetch. And again, more importantly, the catch and find and finish there by Peyton Boom.
Nice recognition. Dragons leading at 78-63. Alexis Kennedy, the great middle infielder by day and sideline reporter by Saturday afternoon. Alexis, how's that huddle looking over there for MSUM?
Pretty good, pretty positive, I would say. One thing that they're trying to work on is not making stupid passes. She doesn't want the wings chucking it into the post. She says you're going to have plenty of shot opportunities if you pass smartly.
Well, for Carter Nelson, you know, it's great that she has those bigs to go to, and what obviously she's getting at right there is you don't force tough angle passes, work it around, Jared.
I agree, and one thing I've noticed so far, they have a little more athleticism at the post position with Boom as well as Maddie Green, so definitely a little more confidence in the guards to get it inside.
The Dragons off either a ball screen or a missed ball screen leads to a turnover and a Clemens layup, and Clemens with 12 points. But the Dragons are 8th turnover of the game. Minot State with 11. So here we are, a Baker's dozen lead, 78-65 Dragons. 4:39 is all that remains from MSUM, picking up 2 wins over the weekend. We've got a foul away from the ball. Well, Hildenbrand might have got caught again down low, and that's about the second or third time we've seen that action away from the ball. Speaking of the post, as Alexis was talking about.
Yeah, a little scrappy play inside, but you don't mind that mixing it up. Obviously, the post players for the Dragons have found a comfort zone, if you will. The Dragons get it back inside to Boom for an opportunity for an and one.
Well, Fetch steps out. Great feed, and something that Alexis was chatting about right there, too. Instead of a wing and forcing one in, how about one from the corner? There's that corner, step in, quick catch, shot, foul. I mean, that's what Carter Nelson wants.
Absolutely. Boom completes the three-point play.
Yeah, she got the right name for her game today. 12 points for Peyton Boom. The lead to 16 for MSUM. 4:24 to play here in the fourth quarter. Minot State's Clemens trying to drive, cut off defensively there by Hintz. Now goes to the wing, drives on Hintz. Here comes the help, and they're going to call the charge.
Great job there by Peyton Boom, getting it done on both ends, drawing that charge.
Where's that help?
The anticipation here. Get there and draw the foul.
But what was great about Peyton Boom, and again, she's so athletic, and Jared, you talked about that, her ability to quickly get to that spot and then take the charge.
Absolutely. Anticipation is a huge part of playing defense, and she did just that on that last possession.
Jump pass caught. There's that line drive shot, baseline no. Rebound nearly tied up, but the Beavers come out with it. Behind the back, dangerous dribble there for Whitney Molina. Got Baravich hanging behind her. I wouldn't leave that ball too open with Kylie there. Jab step here, Wald gonna fire. Maddie Wald missed it and hits the board.
You don't want to do that around Baravich. She leads the team in steals. Great job anticipating as well.
3:29 remaining in this one. It's a 16-point Dragon lead. The Dragons gonna milk some of that shot clock down this off half-court set. High screen, Volkert, watch the kick now. There it is to the wing, the catch and shoot. That's how you do it.
Nice patience there by Volker and a rhythm shot there by Fetch. I agree with it. She got a little diddy bop, giddy up in her
She got a little swag going on today. Maybe she does that every game, but I just like the confidence in there.
We joking, say she's got some giddy up in her diddy bop.
I think I understood half of that. That was good. It sounded right. 83-65. Dragons lead. Wholesale substitutions now for Minot State. Caitlin Deaton is on right in front of us. 3:02 to play in the game. Hintz will get a breather, and Nicole Brown out of Madison, South Dakota. The 6'3 freshman is on for MSUM. So we'll have the post-game show coming up. We'll hear from some of the particulars. Alexis tracking down some of the key players. There's a turnover and a steal. Fetch has it. Fetch wiggles through some of that traffic, handles the ball well.
Wisely pulled it out to run some clock on the set here.
Yeah, this wasn't a show and go day for MSUM. This was bang it out. This one was not decided until late here in this one. And a post touch inside, nice skip pass, extra pass. That always seems to work. Three ball is down. Volker to Fetch. Thank you very much.
Fetch with another triple. And again, I agree with you. The Dragons were lackadaisical and did not turn it up the second half.
Right.
It could have easily been a 1-1 split here for the weekend as Barabic goes coast to coast. Finishes.
What a 27-point game for Kylie Barabic, and she started it and finished that one. Got the steal on one end, dropped the points on the other. 2:05 to play in the fourth quarter. Short timeout on the floor. Gives us time to tell you about the Eggers Agency in Moorhead. Served Fargo Moorhead and beyond for over 20 years. So if you're looking for a good neighbor agency in our community, call the Eggers Agency at 218-233-1334. Stop by the Eggers Agency located on 8th Street in Moorhead. Well, 88-65. Again, remember, it's 25 yield in the second half for MSUM's defense. Only 25 after yielding 40 points in the first half. And meanwhile, offensively, what's not to like?
Firing on all cylinders, if you will. The Dragons definitely kept the pace. Obviously exceeded the pace the second half.
There's our BSN Sports Coaches Cam. This is a much more delighted Carla Nelson right there. That's a feeling of, okay, we got it a little bit where I want it. BSN Sports Coaches Cam. Out of watching his girls. Now we got some young ladies. Natalie Steichen back on the floor at the guard spot. There's a back cut for the Beavers. Extra pass to the post and a near turnover. Minot State's going to run out of time on the clock. They do not get it off. It's a shot clock violation, and that makes Carter Nelson even happier. Steichen in there. Brooklyn Legal back in. Fetch will get a seat. We talk about naming that newsmaker of the game. I get it. Barabic is 27 today.
Yeah, hands
but
down.
Jared, take your pick. Peyton Bloom, Fetch. I mean, there's a number. Hints.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Barabic caught fire in the first half now.
I think on both ends, we'd agree it'd be a dragging effort to say player of the game. But Barabic, man, with 27 points, getting it done.
Well, this unit that's in there now as Brown goes through, and they're going to call a foul inside. Little me-on-me action. 67 seconds remaining in this one. The Dragons will continue to have that undefeated mark in conference play. And to me, part of this started in the, I mentioned earlier, Jared, when they went out to Denver, I talked with Carter Nelson, and they wanted a better defensive showing. And they went out to Denver those couple of games, got a couple of wins, and then they went down to Northern State, and they really put the clamps on Northern State. And I think it really started on the defensive end. As much as 89 points today is nice, it really is about the defense.
I agree. As anybody knows in sports, defense wins championships, and Carla Nelson is all about the defensive end of the floor. Yeah, we want to knock down shots. That may not be there, but you can definitely perform on the defensive end night in and night out.
It's under a minute to play. 90-65. MSUM has the lead. There's a back cut poked away by Herbenson. Forces another turnover. And the Dragons will just kind of let this half-court set run their offense. Running it nicely. They get inside to Steichen, nowhere to go. Boy, everything was good on that one. Just the turnaround shot fell a little bit short. And the Beavers' extra pass maybe one too many. Shot missed. Rebound is pulled down. Herbenson has it for MSUM. They don't have to attempt another shot.
Sure, the Dragons will run some clock here.
With 13 seconds, they will dribble this clock off, and MSUM will walk into another conference win. For the Dragons, now 5-0 in conference play, much to the delight of their hometown crowd as they pull off the weekend sweep. 90-65, your final. Dragons win it over Minot State University. And for MSUM, now reeled off 7 consecutive wins. That's the longest winning streak in the Northern Sun. 7 consecutive wins for MSUM, and it was a balanced effort here tonight, or I should say this afternoon at Alex Nemzik. It was a 2-point game at halftime, and the Dragons end up winning it by 25 points. 25 points the final. In a moment we'll hear from a particular. I think Alexis Kennedy has a very talented player in Peyton Boom, who finished with a total of 12 points. Let's go over to Alexis.
Yes, joined here by Peyton Boom. Peyton, for a close first half there, what did Minot do that maybe kind of caught your team off guard?
For like the posts, did you say?
Yep, in the first half.
The posts were, I don't know. They just kind of, I don't know what to say.
You're good. A great win, obviously. What was working well for you tonight?
We were working well together. Like when the posts were open, the guards got us the ball, and then if we weren't, we passed it back out to the guards. I don't know. We just worked good teamwork together.
Perfect. A win at home, always great. Great job tonight. Thank you, Peyton. Jared.
Well, thank you, Alexis. Good to hear from Peyton Boom today. Peyton Boom had good numbers when you look at that, Jared. Boom and everybody contributed. When you look at a total of 5 players in double figures, and it's not just the points, it's production and the minutes played, and just the efficiency Peyton did offensively today.
The energy, the effort was there throughout the entire evening, afternoon, I should say, for Peyton Boom. As you mentioned, firing on all cylinders. I mean, like you said, 5 players in double figures, 27 from Barabic, 13 for Fetch and Volkert. I mean, just fun to watch this afternoon.
We'll take a look at some of those numbers coming up on our post-game show, and of course yet to come, the fellas will get underway, but we got a lot to talk about today. A successful day for MSUM women's basketball. They defeat Minot State this afternoon, 90-65, the final.
Prosperity is today's investment in tomorrow's promise. The promise of a better way of life. With every act of kindness, every act of creation, and with every act of love, we strengthen our community. And when we stand together as a community, we accomplish the impossible. We can choose to pass through life, or we can choose to pass on a better way of life.
Heading to Fargo Moorhead to get away and have a little fun? Book your room at the highly rated Microtel Inn and Suites. It's conveniently located just off 8th Street and I-94. Clean rooms and all the amenities you need to relax and recharge after a fun day out. Plus, when you wake up, you can enjoy a free hot breakfast. What are you waiting for? Book your room today at the Microtel Inn and Suites in Moorhead. Call 218-284-4022 or visit microtelmoorhead.com.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Watch Dragons Live coverage of MSUM men's and women's basketball live from Memorial Auditorium at Concordia College this Wednesday on WDAY Extra. The women tip at 6 p.m. and the men start at 8 against NSIC rival, the Northern State University Wolves. Come to the games or watch the action live on the Dragons Live Network or the TV home of the Dragons, WDAY Extra.
Okay, one more. All right, Benji.
Come on.
Benji.
Yes, smile.
What about the flash?
Okay, one more. Benjamin, hold it
Make a flash,
sideways.
Benji. You have to
Please
back
use
it up.
my
You want to
camera.
get everybody
Looking at
in.
the
You
camera?
can't get everybody in unless you back
Well,
up.
he did it. He did
There
it.
you go.
Did you need me? Don't forget to take one with my camera.
I think you got it.
Take another
Well, I think I blinked.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings Beer Sports.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
Well, the Dragon women successful today. The fellas out warming up, and what a day. It was like a fine dance for the MSUM Dragon women's basketball team, especially in the second half, but throughout the game. Jack Michaels, Jared Bledsoe, and for Connie Borovich, what a game for her. She finishes with 27 points, and you see some of this action in the unselfish play. Jared Volkert right there hitting his shot.
Yeah, fun to watch the chemistry continue to build with these young players. As the Beavers would not go away.
Well, Clemens hits a three there, and then Molina does this little angle shot here. But today was all about this.
Absolutely. Peyton Boone with a strong finish inside, drawing the and one. And coast to coast by Kylie Borovich.
Borovich finishes with 27 points on 11 of 20 shooting, and she looks like she's ready to play like 4 more quarters right there. From a team summary, I'd asked you at halftime if I thought some of those big numbers were going to stay in the second half. And you know what? For the most part, the Dragon numbers stayed. Three-pointers came down a little bit, obviously, and Minot State shooting well from beyond the three-point arc. But when you look at rebounds, plus 11 in the game, that's a big stat. And then the turnovers and points off turnover.
Yeah, absolutely a factor there when you talk about getting out on the shooters. Obviously, early on, the Beavers shot 67%, end up still shooting 56% for the game. Dragons shot hot. We talked about the perimeter knocking down shots, 7 for 7 from the free throw line. And know we made a mistake early in the first half, but only 8 turnovers. We pointed out they had 11, but actually were in single digits, so they had only 8 turnovers for the game. So they definitely protected the ball and obviously finished with a high number, 90 points.
And I believe, Jared, only 2 turnovers possibly in the second half for MSUM, and 21 points off turnovers, and that all adds up to really successful. I was going to say a happy Carter Nelson, but Carter's not satisfied until the title banner is hung, until you played a perfect game. There's always something to work on, and they're going to have something to work on too. Give the Beavers some credit. They fought hard today. It took a while to separate this game.
It wasn't. It wasn't a walk in the park for the Dragons. Obviously, we talked about the first half, 40-42. But again, the Dragons able to hit the switch. As you said, Carla Nelson lighting a fire under her team and coming out with a 25-point victory.
That's a Dragon fire, by the way. Megan Hintz finishes with a double-double today, 18 points, 12 rebounds, and Dragons led with the 27 points of Connie Borovich, and MSUM improves now to 4. Well, they stay undefeated in conference play as they get a weekend sweep with Northern State coming up on Wednesday. Dragon women win it 90-65. Yet to come, the fellas on a Saturday afternoon heading into a Saturday evening from Alex Nimton.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Herbert and Gerbert's wants to know, what's your favorite sandwich?
My personal favorite is the Flash. It's got all that meat and that Italian flavor that I can't get enough of.
You know, the first time I was at Herbert and Gerbert's, I couldn't decide if I wanted ham or turkey, so I got the Gerf. Got both.
I like the Pompeii because I like chicken salad, but it also has that sweet chili sauce.
Experience Flavor Nation for yourself with the classic, specialty, and signature menus at Herbert and Gerbert's with 4 convenient FM locations, 1 in Bismarck and 1 in Grand Forks. Or order online and have it delivered at herbertandgerberts.com.
Get fired up for the new Shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from Shop MSUMDragons.com.
Do more of what you love without being held back by joint pain. At Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our team will work with you to create a care plan that meets you where you are, choosing treatment options that fit your lifestyle, so you can get back to more outdoor adventures, more traditions, more active moments, more you. See how you can reach your more at Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
It takes a team to bring the story home every day. It takes a leader to build a legacy of trust.
As the only locally owned news station in the region, we're there for you at every turn.
We're your neighbors, telling the stories that matter because your community is our community.
So when you need to reconnect, remember that we're working every day, just like you.
Trying to make a better tomorrow.
WDAY News, the only locally owned news station in the region.
Liddy here with another lesson.
Okay, gotta make a list. Pay cable bill, research car insurance rates, get groceries. And my student loan payment is due next week.
You look stressed. If you're worried about money, try riding Mass Bus.
There is a bus stop pretty close to my job. I could give it a try.
Awesome. More conditioner?
Thanks a lot.
He learned his lesson. Join us and take the challenge to ride green.
From the time you were little, bouncing off the walls, you were told, go do something. And so you did. Then one day you found yourself in a cap and gown. Now, go do something was an invitation. Or was it a challenge? Go with Midco. We connect you with powerful, innovative technology. That's the start. Your drive and vision do the rest. Go do something. Yeah, that's definitely a challenge. You and Midco. Let's go.
Update or download to the all-new MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features customized following of only your favorite Dragons teams, incredible in-app live stats and media coverage, and our Fired Up Rewards program all in one easy-to-use app. Update your Dragons app, search MSUM in your app store, or visit MSUMDragons.com/app to download the new MSUM Dragons app today.
Well, the Dragon women win it here this afternoon over Minot State in convincing fashion as the Dragon women put up 48 second-half points, defeating Minot State 90-65. Our Moorhead Public Service electrifying play of the game. And, boy, you like it when defense turns to offense, and there's the block right there by Megan Hintz. They build to run the floor, and Connie Baravich goes coast to coast off the Hintz block. And there is your Moorhead Public Service electrifying play of the game. And Megan Hintz, a good day today. 18 points, 12 rebounds, 2 block shots, and a steal. Moorhead Public Service electrifying play of the game. That block leading to that leak-out layup. And, of course, big days today for a number of MSUM Dragon players, but boy, one has to look at Connie Baravich and what she was able to do today as we take a peek at our newsmaker of the game, presented by the Forum. And the Dragons getting it worked inside, and Peyton Boom was all over, hitting from outside, hitting from inside, forcing turnovers, recognizing the floor, spacing out. Peyton Boom today, our newsmaker of the game. Peyton Boom, 5 of 7 from the floor, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block shot in 25 minutes of action. Peyton Boom goes the dynamite, as Jared Bledsoe wants to say, is our newsmaker of the game. The Dragons win it today by a score of 90-65 over Minot State. And, while we have just a second, I'll bring Jared back in. And, Jared, you and I talked about this. The efficiencies of today's game for the ladies. Look at just the shooting percentage. And one could argue that Lauren Fetch could have been our newsmaker of the game with her efficiency. Jackie Volkert, her ability, 13, 7, and 3. What a game for her. Baravich speaks for itself and hints at double-double. We make Boom our newsmaker of the game. This is what's really been a treat today to watch the Dragon women.
I totally agree. As we mentioned earlier, just a balanced attack from the perimeter. Boom, giving it all she had this afternoon in the post. Like I said, what was she at? 12 points, 6 boards. I mean, Madison Hintz did a phenomenal job establishing position earlier and often inside. So hats off to the women this afternoon getting it done here in the NSIC play.
Let's hope that ladies' game, can the baton be passed to the Dragon men? That game coming up around the corner. It's the MSUM Dragon men. Take it on at Minot State. It's WDAY Extra coverage of Dragons basketball.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Watch Dragons Live coverage of MSUM men's and women's basketball live from Memorial Auditorium at Concordia College this Wednesday on WDAY Extra. The women tip at 6 p.m. and the men start at 8 against NSIC rival, the Northern State University Wolves. Come to the games or watch the action live on the Dragons Live Network or the TV home of the Dragons, WDAY Extra.
Okay, one more.
All right, Benji.
Come on.
Benji.
Yes, smile.
What about the flash?
Okay, one more. Benjamin, hold
Make
it
a flash,
sideways.
Benji. You have to back it up. You want to get everybody in. You can't get everybody in unless you back up. There you go.
Did you get? Do you need me? Don't forget to. Did you get it, Ben? My camera. I think you got it.
Take another
shot. I think I blinked.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings Beer Sports.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
Shuck Bus Service, a look around the league in Northern Sun Women's Basketball. Finals in Wayne State. As you see, 17 better than the Bemidji State Beavers. Augustana stays on, defeating Crookston today, 85-71. Big win for Minnesota Duluth over Southwest Minnesota State. Tight one. Concordia St. Paul coming out on top. St. Cloud State finishes off Sioux Falls today. And still in the third, UMary +8 on Northern State. Later tonight, Upper Iowa take it on Minnesota State Mankato. It's a 6 o'clock tip-off. Mark this down, folks. It's a Wednesday affair for the MSUM Dragons. The ladies take it on Northern State. And the men also. That's coming up Wednesday at Memorial Auditorium. campus of Concordia College. The Dragons against Northern State. A couple of road games as the calendar turns at Winona State at Upper Iowa, returning back to Nemzik on January 11th and 12th as Bemidji State and Crookston come to town. Also a week later for Wayne State here. MSUM Dragon women's basketball and the men. A big win today for the MSUM Dragon women's basketball team. What took a little bit of time to figure out, I think, today was the fact that they were separating. Minot State made a run. Beavers started hitting shots. Dragons had to find a way to defend. They did that in the second half, Jared.
Picked up the energy in the second half, and I think they figured out the zone. Started knocking down shots consistently. Second chance opportunities inside from the post. So that was fun to watch them figure out in the second half how to come away with a victory.
The recognition and unselfish play is what I'm going to take away today from Carla Nelson's club. It's really nice to see unselfish play. A couple girls put up big numbers, but a lot of unselfish play.
Absolutely. Great chemistry on the perimeter. Obviously, the guards having confidence to get it inside to the post and then finishing in great fashion.
And it's always nice to end with a win, which MSUM did, and they have continued to run the table so far in league play. So let's keep that up for MSUM.
Absolutely. 5-0 now in the conference. Obviously, you got to take care of home court if you talk about being competitive in the NSIC. So kudos to the women this afternoon.
It's a victorious afternoon for the MSUM women's basketball team. The men take center stage coming up next. Minot State and MSUM up next on WDAY Extra.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Herbert and Gerberts wants to know, what's your favorite sandwich?
My personal favorite is the Flash. It's got all that meat and that Italian flavor that I can't get enough of.
You know, the first time I was at Herbert and Gerberts, I couldn't decide if I wanted ham or turkey, so I got the Gerf. Got both.
I like the Pompeii because I like chicken salad, but it also has that sweet chili sauce.
Experience Flavor Nation for yourself with the classic, specialty, and signature menus at Herbert and Gerberts with 4 convenient FM locations, 1 in Bismarck and 1 in Grand Forks. Or order online and have it delivered at herbertandgerberts.com.
Get fired up for the new Shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from Shop MSUMDragons.com.
Do more of what you love without being held back by joint pain. At Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our team will work with you to create a care plan that meets you where you are, choosing treatment options that fit your lifestyle, so you can get back to more outdoor adventures, more traditions, more active moments, more you. See how you can reach your more at Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
It takes a team to bring the story home every day. It takes a leader to build a legacy of trust.
As the only locally owned news station in the region, we're there for you at every turn.
We're your neighbors, telling the stories that matter because your community is our community.
So when you need to reconnect, remember that we're working every day, just like you.
Trying to make a better tomorrow.
WDAY News, the only locally owned news station in the region.
Libby here with another lesson.
Okay, gotta make a list. Pay cable bill, research car insurance rates, get groceries. And my student loan payment is due next week.
You look stressed. If you're worried about money, try riding that bus.
There is a bus stop pretty close to my job. I could give it a try.
Awesome. More conditioner?
Thanks a lot.
He learned his lesson. Join us and take the challenge to ride green.
Dragons basketball is on the air on WDAY Extra, brought to you by WDAY Extra and MSUM Go Team Productions. A fun afternoon heading into the evening today at Alex Nemzik, and a pleasant good afternoon evening. Jack Michaels alongside Jared Bledsoe. Well, the women got a win today. The MSUM women get a win today, Jared. And now Chad Walthall wants to follow suit against a team that is probably hungry for a win in Minot State. That hasn't tasted much success, and obviously this is going to be an up-tempo basketball game.
Absolutely. No nights off in the NSIC. As you mentioned, the Beavers definitely want to get a win tonight.
For MSUM, Addison Park, a nice night last night, but they're going to need more than one or two guys. This is an offense that's going to have to flow. Much like the ladies showed us, share the basketball, get up and down the floor.
Absolutely. You want to get the team chemistry going. Dragons known to put the ball in the hole, averaging coming in two this weekend, over 90 points a game. So obviously got to figure it out on the defensive end.
We'll take a look at some of the particulars, some of the fellas that we are going to watch today in our player comparison presented by Matt Buss. And David Akibo is a guy that averages 16 points a game. I mentioned Addison Park earlier, and he's putting up numbers.
Yes, Akibo definitely can get inside, bang. As you can see, they're averaging 16 points, doesn't mind getting on the boards, averages an assist, but I'm sure he can get his teammates going as well.
Akibo's 19 points last night. Park, as you mentioned, finished with 26. The voice, the public address voice of the MSUM Dragons here at Alex Nemzik is Rick Flexbart. Let's go courtside to Rick.
Welcome to Alex Nemzik Fieldhouse for Dragon men's basketball. Tonight's game sponsor is the Courtyard by Marriott in Moorhead. The Courtyard right here in Moorhead is a huge supporter of the MSUM Dragons. And to show their support, they offer a $99 MSUM Friends and Family rate to all MSUM guests. Call today to check availability and book your next stay. 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000. Today's game features the Minot State University Beavers and your Minnesota State University Moorhead Dragons. Now please turn your attention to the scores table for the reading of the NSIC Sportsmanship Creed by Nathan Runn.
The NCAA and the NSIC encourage and promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask that you cheer for your team and be respectful of the opponent. As Division II student athletes, we support a diverse and inclusive environment, and we commit to fair play, responsibility, and respect. We invite you to support our efforts. Go Drags!
Ladies and gentlemen, MSUM is proud to be a yellow ribbon campus. And at this time, we invite you to please stand and remove your hats for the presentation of colors by the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 941 Northern Warriors. We also ask that you please remain standing in respectful silence following the anthem until the colors have been retired from the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, let us honor America with the singing of our national anthem by MSUM mathematics professor Justin James.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Now let's introduce to you the starters. First of all, for the Minot State Beavers. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore, number 5, Max Cody. At forward, a 6'6" sophomore, number 10, Dorian Alui. At guard, a 6'3" junior, number 11, Kyle Beisch. At forward, a 6'7" senior, number 15, David Akibo. And at forward, a 6'7" junior, number 21, Trevor Rothstein. Beavers are coached by Matt Morgan, assisted by Rich McBridge and Maverick Harris. And now for your MSUM Dragons. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Maple Grove, Minnesota, number 1, Johnny Beninga. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Reading, Pennsylvania, number 5, Trayvon Code. At guard, a 6'4" freshman from Fargo, North Dakota, number 11, Simon Sem. At guard, a 6'4" freshman from Plymouth, Minnesota, number 13, Gavin Baumgartner. And at center, a 6'10" freshman from Audubon, Minnesota, number 35, Jesse Berg. Dragon head coach is Chad Waldall, assisted by Kim Bergstrasser and Spencer Bland.
So there's your starting lineup, and we're just about set to tip this one off here today from Alex Nemzik, but we need to hear from our third member of our telecast crew, that it's Alexis Kennedy, and we are looking forward to a good one. Alexis, you're looking fantastic today, and I bet expecting a tremendous basketball game.
Thank you. Yep, I got the chance to talk with both coaching staffs. On the Minot side, they just have to stay with the Dragons, stay with them on defense, as well as get with them on the transition. On the Dragon side, they just said they're just trying to figure themselves out, trying to figure out what works for them, building on mental toughness, building on their game, as well as trying not to get too relaxed during the game. Guy?
Nicely done, Alexis Kennedy. For those who don't know, Alexis is a tremendous young student athlete herself, does a great job, and when she gets into those huddles, Jared, to find some of that information, she jumps right in those babies. I agree with everything you just said.
Yeah, she gets her nose in there and gets some valuable information for us. So great job, Alexis.
The Dragons will go with Beninga, Code, along with Simon Sem, Gavin Baumgartner, and Jesse Berg. The tip, not quite controlled. It is knocked out of bounds, and Minot State will have it. The Beavers going with Max Coney, Dorian Alui, Kyle Beisch, David Akibo. That's one of our guys to watch for Minot State. Trevor Rothstein. A lot of motion action. Dragons pick up man-to-man defensively and switching on some of that. Now, how much zone we will see tonight. I'd imagine we'll see a lot of man-to-man. Thrown outside. This is either going to be an over and back or just a flat-out turnover. It's an over and back, but that's a good defensive set right of the game for MSUM.
Great job there by the Dragons, doubling down on Akibu, forcing that turnover. See if the Dragons can capitalize here early.
Well, David Akibu is going to be a target, 6'7", but he is as wide as he is tall. He's a brute in there, very strong, good player. Dragons, Beninga, safety valve out to Simon Sem, local product. Fargo North, Sem tiptoes, actively drives the block. Safety valve to Berg, back to Sem. Little shot fake. Great patience here for the Dragons in their first set.
So far, so good. The Beavers in the man-to-man as well. Dragons get it inside.
Berg tries to fire up the top of Akibo, missed it long on a weak side board by Alui from Minot State. Alui with the ball now. Uses his dribble and a pass picked off and away. Nicely done by Simon Sem. Sem going to take it coast to coast. The knee buckled. And a little hand check there. I think Dorian Alui might have got a hand in there.
Yeah, great anticipation there by Sem. Came away with the steal, but hopefully he's not injured as he came away kind of gimp.
You saw what I saw, Jared, when he came, that everything kind of buckled as he got to the paint. He always watched the initial action after that, and he was able to walk free from that as Simon knocks the free throw down, and it's MSUM that draws first blood here this afternoon. And I guess evening. What's the official time to call afternoon, evening? These Saturday days, you know. Second one by Simon. Is it.
Nice shot there. Dragons looking to pick up here. Oh, they back off.
Well, Beninga's going to be matched up here. Kyle Beisch at a Fort Dodge Giant with a 6'3" junior with the ball. Dribble entry at Kibo on that right wing. Step out of Louis. Minot State, active, swinging it, ball screen, steps into a jumper, nicely done. Kyle Beisch.
Beisch with a nice little pull-up jump shot.
Well, some would say a little lost art in the game. You know, we've gone from layups and three-pointers, and someone forgot about that mid-range jumper along the way. Not you, my friend. Dragons misfire on a deep shot.
I would be guilty of that. I love getting to the cup, and if you try to take that away, I'll definitely pull up for three. So you're spot on. The mid-range shot has kind of become a lost art.
Minot State losing a handle and pick up their second turnover. Now the official online store of the Dragons is shopmsumdragons.com with over 1,300 officially licensed items to show off your Dragon pride. You know it's Christmas season. Tied at 2 early on here, first half. Beninga drive and kick. Love the jab stepping there. Baumgartner on the wing. Trying to get it into Berg. They do. There's the post touch against Akibo, the 6'7". Thrown out to Sam. Shot clock at 4. Look at the hang. Shot no good. Strong board by Code, and the putback no good, but a foul is called. Trayvon Code getting it done inside.
Very athletic, strong rebound there by Code. Drawing the foul.
There's a strong guard here, too. And foul was whistled on Dorian Louis. That's a Louis' second personal. And he is going to have a very short start to today's game. He'll be coming off shortly. The Dragons coached by Matt Merkin. The southpaw Code. A velvet touch, if you will, from the free throw line. What is it about left-handers, those southpaws? It just looks in bowling, in horseshoes, in free throw shooting. It just looks so much better.
Are you a lefty?
Yeah.
That makes two of us. So I was wondering where you were going with this.
Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Second one. And thank you, Trayvon, for making me look good on that. Golfing, you know, Phil Mickelson. Come on.
There you go.
4-2. Dragons by a deuce. A couple minutes deep into the first half here today from Nemzik. Akibo they used on that perimeter, and there's that back shot nicely done, leads to a dunk.
Excellent find there by the Beavers. Backdoor cut there by Jeffries.
Well, Drake just checked into the game. Code, paint, double, good kick. Sam got a look. Three ball is short, and the ball is having out of bounds. Last to touch it, MSUM off the fingertips of Gavin Baumgartner. That was a good look by Simon Sem. Ball came off his hand, just a little quirky though.
Yeah, it didn't come off that middle finger or that pointer finger, and if it comes off the side, that pinky finger, most times than not, you're not going to knock down that shot.
Knotted at 4 as the Beavers. Well, I watched the screening of MSUM. Akibo showing he can step out and he buries a 3. That's why you average 19 points a game and 16 points a game. He can shoot it.
Yeah, showing the in and out game there. Beavers tried to get it in early to him. Now he knocks down the 3.
And Akibo's a tough matchup for any team in the Northern Sun. He's a big that steps out. With the Dragons trailing. How about a tie? How about yes? How about Patrick Berg saying, enough of that Akibo talk. Us other big guys, we can knock shots down too.
Wow, nice looking shot there by Berg. Stretching the defense.
And all of Audubon, Minnesota just rose up and cheered. Jesse Berg hits it. We're tied at 7. Little hesitation dribble. That's Akibo inside. Sky hook and in.
Versatility by Akibo. Dragons will have to find an answer for him.
Out of London, England. He's a long ways from home. The Dragons tie it up. Sweet stroke, Beninga. Johnny Beninga, in his junior campaign, he's one that can knock down shots if he took it, but he's such an unselfish player.
Man, I love to watch Johnny Beninga get loose in open court, man. He is a blur, 94 feet.
Dragons, good rebound here. We'll see what Simon Sam does not have numbers. MSM. Extra pass, caught. Benega passes up, possibly a look against Akibo. Drives instead and throws one up, missed the shot. Offensive rebound, though, back in the hands for a second of Benega. And taken away by Akibo. Tied at 9. Hang, bank, counted. Max Cody, and one.
Tough finish there by Cody, absorbing the contact, getting high off the glass. That hang time. Nice finish there by Cody.
Fouls on Jesse Berg, his first personal first team foul. And at the line is Max Cody out of Melbourne, Australia. This is an international team. If you look at Minot State, and we're seeing more of this, not just at the Division II level. You see it at times Division III, certainly Division I, junior, I mean, all over. It's become an international game.
Absolutely, and that's it's fun to watch. Fun to watch the game grow and expand on a national or international platform, if you will.
Cody hits a free throw, and Beavers backed up to a 3-point lead. Inside, Hang. Code has his turned away.
Keeper with the block there.
And a line on the other end, and a flailing shot somehow falls.
Beavers finishing in transition.
Cody Dwyer is a 6'9" sophomore, so the Minot State Beavers with a 5-point lead. Dragons answer, long-range shot off the back tab. No, there's a battle for the board. It is saved, but to Minot State. The boy from London, England, going to bring it up himself. Got it knocked away and now threw it away. Let's see what this turns into be. Driving his cone, lobs it for Sam. Maybe not the best decision. At least the two not on the same page. They were looking for something for a highlight reel later in WDAY.
Right, and that's some of the things we talked about with team chemistry. You know, working out those little tweaks early on here in the season.
At a time on the floor, 14:42 to go here in the first half. It's Minot State 14, MSUM 9.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Watch Dragons Live coverage of MSUM men's and women's basketball live from Memorial Auditorium at Concordia College this Wednesday on WDAY Extra. The women tip at 6 p.m. and the men start at 8 against NSIC rival, the Northern State University Wolves. Come to the games or watch the action live on the Dragons Live Network or the TV home of the Dragons, WDAY Extra.
Courtyard by Marriott sponsoring today's doubleheader, where the Minot State men leading MSUM 14-9 on the first break. Now the Dragons 2 of 9 out of the break from the floor. Jared.
Yeah, you know the Dragons would like to get the ball inside and finish more, as the Beavers are able to capitalize with 8 points so far, 8 of their 14 points in the paint.
Alexis Kennedy standing by as the Dragons try on the post. And Alexis, what did you glean from that first break of action here this evening?
Well, just as you said there, the post, they're trying to utilize the post more and get a flow. They're also trying to get more movement and move the ball a little bit more to get cleaner, better shots.
And Minot State certainly has been active, Alexis, and Jared, as Akibo just throws one up. His left hand, it spins out. Akibo's going to get his shots. They're going to come in all different forms and fashion. The Dragons, this is Addison Park, had a big night last night. Ball swung around. Minot State closing out well. Drive, Benenga's shot long, and the rebound pulled down by Cody Dwyer.
Both teams doing a solid job contesting layups and so forth.
Max Cody, the Australian, goes down low, and point-blank shot missed by Dwyer.
It was point-blank. Did everything but the nets on that last possession.
Ersfield, talented freshman, shot no. Offensive rebound and a traveling violation. Yeah, a hop of the feet to set yourself. I can't argue with that call.
Yeah, great effort there by Park on the offensive board, but as you mentioned, a little shuffling of the feet there.
And the Dragons Swim School is second to none in the FM area. If you know that, visit msumdragons.com/swim. For more information, learning to navigate the water is easy with the help of the Dragons Swim School. 14-9, Minot State leading by 5. Cody holding that ball with his left hand, nice feet on top, and we've got a traveling violation. Speaking of dragging your feet to set into a shot, that's the same thing that happened right there to Trevor Rostow. Got a timeout on the floor, 13-14 to play here in the first half. It's Minot State leading it 14-9 over MSUM.
Okay, one more.
All right, Benji.
Come on.
Benji.
Yes, smile.
What about the flash?
Okay, one more. Benjamin, hold it
Make
sideways.
a flash, Benji. You have to
Please
back it
use
up.
my
You want to get
camera.
everybody
Looking at
in.
the
You
camera?
can't get everybody in unless you back up.
He did it. He did
There
it.
you go.
Did you get? Did you need me? Don't forget to did you get it, Ben? My camera. I think you got it.
Take another
shot. I think I blinked.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings Beer Sports.
13-14 to play here in the first half. 14-9. Minot State leading the Dragons. Well, we'll see what Chad Walthall can design here. We're talking about continuity, gelling, and right now it appeared some flow was there, but Jared in the half-court set, I think MSUM has struggled a little bit in the last few possessions.
They have. You know, early on they got it side to side and got some open looks, but not able to capitalize in the last couple possessions. See what they come away with on this possession.
Alexis Kennedy told us they wanted to get that ball down low, which they do. Jake Johnson turned around, shot, hit the lip of the iron, and fell out. Now the Beavers with a 5-point lead nearly turn it over. Great effort that time by MSUM's Baumgartner. It leads to a 3-ball attempt that rolls off the mark, but an offensive rebound. Minot State with a fresh shot clock. In the paint. Dragons double down. Extra pass caught, and a nice take.
Nice scoop there.
But Max Cody's a special player. 5 points here in the first half for Melbourne, Australia. Only a sophomore.
Great decision there by the Australian.
Bursfield in the paint, looking back to her. Or I should say Baumgartner. Skip pass, got Benega. Get in there. Deep three, doesn't go. And the board to Cody Dwyer of Minot State. The Dragons have got a little cold. Drive here, throw back open, 18-footer, and a little bit deeper than that as the 3-ball drained by Rostein.
Rostein correcting that first time he made the shot, didn't travel, squared up and knocked it down.
Boy, and all of a sudden, Minot State has jumped down to a 19-9 lead. 12 minutes to play in the first half.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
Minot State's Matt Merkin got his boys rolling. 19-9 lead here with 12 minutes to go in the first half. And I'd imagine in Chad Walthall's huddle, there was some discussion too. Jack Michaels, Jared Bledsoe, Alexis Kennedy. We'll check in with Alexis here in a second as Ersfeld has it. Calling for a ball screen. Going to take it up against two Beavers. Draws the contact. And a foul.
And you like their aggression to the basket. Dragons only 2 for 10 so far. I like to see, as you mentioned, get the ball to go in the basket.
Dragons turn her in. Jake Johnson off a screen. Nice marking shot. Ersfeld no. Rebound, and on the line is Minot State's Drake Jeffries. A substitution. Brenton Bussman, the Pride of Milner, North Dakota, is on, facing Jake Johnson. So here's a lineup for MSUM that's a little bit of a guard-heavy lineup, a little smaller, wing guard type lineup.
And ideally, you would think they would go 4 out, 1 in. That Park bang inside. That can step outside and knock down the 3. So we'll see what the Dragons have here.
The Dragons working around, back cut not there. Active Benega hangs and banks.
Great decision there by Benega. Stopping the bleed, cutting to that double-digit lead.
The 6'1" junior with a name that's fun to say, Johnny Benega. Out of Maple Grove, Minnesota, his second field goal. That snaps a little cold spell for MSUM. 8-point Beaver lead. Cody on the other end draws the contact, and he's got free throws.
Cody is a crafty player, man. As you mentioned on camera here, just shifty, a little hesitation, and the Dragon on his hip and able to get to the line here.
Yeah, he is showing the ability to go right, to go left. It looks like this Australian here has got great handles. He obviously has pretty good court vision. He's kind of everything you want with a decision maker.
Right, and shown some poise thus far. Hadn't rushed any shots. Like you said, a little hesitation. Able to knock down that first free throw.
It's a 9-point lead for Minot State. 11:19 to play here in the first half. Dragon women win earlier, big, 90-65 as Cody hits the second free throw. I was about to say, I wonder if the young man ever comes out. And now Coach Merkin going to say, all right, you got your good run here, 7 points. I've had you in here for about 8+ minutes. Why don't you get a little breather?
Yeah, get a quick breather.
Roosevelt got a Trayton kick. Dragons trying that paint, keep that dribble alive, trying to draw contact. Shot doesn't go for Britton Busman.
Crafty moves, just not able to finish there in the lane there by Busman.
Well, Park and Akibo are matched up in this one. The drive, catch and shoot three. Corner raining in. Wow.
High arcing shot there.
Alexa Kukovic hits a three. It is the third three dropped by Minot State. It's their biggest lead. Drive and dish to Park, and Akibo knocks it out of bounds. 10:42 to play in the first half, 24-11. And you're still waiting for a flow for MSUM. And it's not maybe so much what MSU isn't doing, it's maybe what the Beavers are doing.
I agree. No hesitation in Kukovic, that last possession on that three.
Park's post touch, backs into his defender. Wiggles around the big fella and puts it in.
Nice touch there by Park, getting to the other side of the lane.
He's 6'6", Akibo goes 6'7", both strong guys. 24-13, Minot State's lead trimmed to 11. Akibo on top swinging. You look at the Beavers' rotation. Even without Cody in there, who likes to run and gun a little bit. Bice corner, Akibo three, watch out.
Again, no hesitation on these three-pointers by the Beavers. Akibo now yet another three.
So it's a 14-point lead, Minot State. Approaching the 10-minute mark here in the first half. Park posting up again, Akibo go fronting him. Dragons go to Busman. Lob it to Code. Swinging down to Baumgartner. There's that touch inside, too low, and it's tipped and taken away. Jeffries advancing it, getting deep. Basket is up good. Boy, the turnover on one end leads to a Lee Carroll layup by Kyle Beisch on the other. Beisch has 4, and this becomes the biggest lead of 16. Dragons jumper baseline, long, no good by Baumgartner.
Again, another good-looking shot there by Baumgartner, but not able to capitalize.
Well, now he checked. Akibo tries it. Thank you.
Definitely a heat check there by
Chad
Akibo.
Wolfall just said thanks for taking that. That was out of system, to use a volleyball term. And the Dragons counter on the other end with a three. Busman parries a three.
Nice job there by Code. Penetrate pitch, kick it to Busman, knocking down his first three of the night.
So a 13-point lead here, but that's a much-needed three-point field goal for MSUM. Jeffries, Dragons swinging against this man-to-man. Akibo comes out to set a screen. Now splitting the defense nicely, pulling into a 15-footer, but the shot doesn't go for Beisch. First failed on the other end. Pulls up from 22, short, rebound, trailing Park. Put back is in.
Nice job there by Park.
And we got a timeout called by Minot State. We'll break. 8:34 to play in the first half. Dragons coming back inch by inch. A three by Busman, a put back by Park, and it's 29-18 Minot State.
stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Gate City Bank fan cam. I wonder if he's listening to Jared Bledsoe.
I bet he's listening to.
What do you think?
Something fun, Christmas,
That's
festive.
Right. Santa baby.
Santa baby.
Santa
There
baby.
you go.
Well, the crowd in hand. They watch the women defeat Minot State today. And now the men trailing 29-18. For the MSUM Dragon men, now 6-22 for the floor. Alexis Kennedy standing by. And Alexis, at least a little bit of a surge there for MSUM that forced Minot State to burn a timeout.
Yep, but the Beavers still confident on their side. He keeps saying, keep taking great shots, keep the pressure on the Dragons, and keep moving and anticipating.
Well, they got their point guard back in there from Australia, Max Cody. And he really drives the show from the perimeter. Akibo to Cody. And then Akibo goes down. Bring another big over here, Jared. Wondering if this ball rotation. Look at how much Minot State is spacing the floor right now. And we've got an offensive foul. That's trying to create space by pushing off. But I like the way the Beavers had that spacing of the floor. And the Dragons in the first half have come a little bit tight in. It looks like Minot State has spaced it better here.
I agree. The spacing is phenomenal, and allowing for those driving gaps and creativity is a little congestion, as you talked about, for the Dragons. Need to create that space to get those post feeds and attacking off the dribble, as we know Code Beninga can do so well.
Yeah, Code has it now. Code into the paint, spins, finds Beninga. Beninga pull-up jumper, tough shot, and it falls out. Rebound Akibo. Ran into a 15-foot baseline shot. Thought that was going to catch the iron and fall down.
And you don't mind Beninga taking those shots.
And an offensive foul. No, you don't. As Alui got a little aggressive right there in that drive. He's going to pick up his 3rd personal foul. Remember, Alui picked up 2 right away from Minot State. Had to sit. They brought Cody Dwyer in. Now Alui comes back in the first 30 seconds, picks up his 3rd personal foul. And the Beavers will bring Drake Jeffries on. But you're right, that it's a good shot that the Dragons had down here. It was a look. They just got to fall.
Got to fall, right. Great job there last possession, though, by Baumgartner drawing that charge. If the Dragons are going to win, it's going to happen on that defensive end.
Dragons have it in the hands of Busman. Give it to Code. Code, fade away from 16. Yes.
Tough shot there by Code, pulling up on a dime.
Well, he's a lefty. 29-20. And the Dragons that saw that big deficit, you know, they were starting to get into deep double digits there. Now have found a way back. Got that 3 by Busman. Got a couple of 2-point field goals. And all of a sudden the Dragons within 9, but Minot State answers right back. They're getting some great cuts to the basket and back screens, and Dwyer puts in his 2nd field goal.
And again, you pointed out the Australian Max Cody with the find.
Beninga, his rolls off of the rebound, put back Jesse Berg. Berg has 5. That's nice to answer, Jared, but eventually going to have to get some stops for MSUM. Yeah, Cody certainly is the straw. He stirs it. He and Code matched up. Cody drives, throws back Akibo, 3. No good. The Dragons want to run. Busman, I should say Baumgartner with his head up. Backdoor feed, Cody hangs, shoots, and banks it in.
Nice transition basket there by the Dragons. You mentioned Code showing his athleticism.
He got half a dozen points. And just like that, the Dragons are within a touchdown, 31-24.
He has his hands full. The assignment of trying to contain Max Cody.
The fadeaway baseline, that is a tough shot. And a rebound pulled down by MSUM's Gavin Baumgartner. They have forced the Beavers into a couple of rocky shots the last time down. This is Busman, hard to the paint. Sky hook is long. The rebound, Cody Dwyer.
Again, quality look. Just not able to fall for the Dragons.
Well, after witnessing this first half, there's 5:50 to play in the first half. Minot State leading by 7. You can tell the second half is going to be all about valuing possessions as Akibo got deep. And when that happens, it's pretty much over.
And guess who found it? Max Cody.
Cody's impressive. He is an impressive guard. Akibo in double figures with 10. The lead goes to 9 for Minot State. Look at the wrestling going on under the basket right here between Baumgartner. Baumgartner going to rain a three. He hits the shot.
Wow, that was deep. Baumgartner showing his range.
Boy, he and Beisch were tangled like a game of Twister in the block, and Baumgartner released out to the top and caught the ball and put it in. And now a turnover.
Nice ball pressure there by Baumgartner. Not able to finish in transition, but the Dragons come away.
That's Benenga, 15-footer. And not often you're going to see Johnny Benenga come up short on that one. Maybe was expecting contact. Akibo left open from downtown Moorhead. And that one is long, but the rebound long also. The Reavers saying, Drake Jeffries, why don't you take the shot? He hits a three, and that's what Alexis Kennedy said that Coach Merkin talked about. He says, I don't care if you're open, take the shot.
And they're doing just that. They're not hesitating, taking the open shot, and making shots like it's their gym.
4:27 left in the first half. And a traveling violation. And an old announcer, my mentor, broadcaster, said a saying, said, tried to stop on a dime and took a quarter. And that's what
I like
Johnny did right there. 4:25 to go in the first half. And it's Minot State leading MSUM 36-27 here from Alex Nemzik.
Herbert and Gerberts wants to know, what's your favorite sandwich?
My personal favorite is the Flash. It's got all that meat and that Italian flavor that I can't get enough of.
You know, the first time I was at Herbert and Gerberts, I couldn't decide if I wanted ham or turkey, so I got the Gerf. Got both.
I like the Pompeii because I like chicken salad, but it also has that sweet chili sauce.
Experience Flavor Nation for yourself with the classic, specialty, and signature menus at Herbert and Gerberts with 4 convenient FM locations, 1 in Bismarck and 1 in Grand Forks. Or order online and have it delivered at herbertandgerberts.com.
Get fired up for the new shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from shop MSUMDragons.com.
Now Minot State leading at 36-27 here in the first half, 4:25 to go. It's now easier than ever to watch the Dragons on your TV with the Dragons app for Apple TV, Roku, amazing Amazon Fire TV, and Android TV. No more AirPlay, clumsy cords, all that, small screens. Just ask Alexis Kennedy. She knows all about those fancy gadgets. She also knows what was going on in that Dragon huddle.
For sure. Coach Walthall hyping up his men that they have to attack and they have to play with confidence. They have to move the ball a little bit more and look for the back doors. Nice.
Thanks, Alexis. Well, with help right here with a stop on this possession, Minot State, they're in trouble. They got to burn a timeout. Well, that's part of it. You know, you talk about play smart, be aggressive on the offensive end, but same thing, Jared, on the defensive end, and a forced timeout here for Minot State. You know, 20 years ago, or better yet, because I'm old, 26 years ago when I started broadcasting, I wouldn't have known what a Roku or what Amazon was after. I wouldn't know what an app was something you ate. It was an appetizer, but boy, it's great when you get that Dragons app today. Jared, we've seen this thing play out. It appears that this thing is going to be a little bit closer to the best. Now, granted, there's 63 total points scored here in the first half and still 4 minutes to go, so we might see the numbers up today only because the three-point shooting so far. Outside of that, when things get in the paint, it's getting congested for the Dragons.
And that's just it. If they can, as Coach Walthall pointed to, if they can play with confidence and start knocking down some of those shots, we got a different ball game. Hopefully they can bottle that last possession they had defensively and get a stop here.
You know, a frightening stat is early on here. Look at that, 10 assists already for Minot State, 5 of those by Cody.
And there's another one right on cue, making 11.
Man alive, it's a team that's sharing the ball well. You show a team that is plus in the assist turnover margin, which Minot State is. Yeah, that's a dangerous team. So the Dragons down 38-27 with a basketball in the hands of Baumgartner. Now Addison Park, who's on. Sem back out also for the Dragons. There's a hop step, no look pass, caught into a 3-ball. Yes!
Oh, nice looking shot there by Addison Park. He's definitely stepped his game up in the perimeter.
And Gavin Baumgartner left his feet, did a no-look pass to the top of the key, and Addison Park said, thank you very little. I'll just drain this thing for you. So the Dragons within 8. There won't be a target to be at halftime here for MSUM. Minot State nearly walking with that ball in the perimeter. Big jab step. This is Jeffrey's step back shot. How do you defend that? Long deuce for Jeffrey.
Sweet looking shot there by Jeffries.
Used to watching Kevin Durant pull those moves from his point forward spot. Beninga has used his dribble. High post entry. Square it, turn it, hang Park, no. Rebound pulled down by Dwyer of Minot State. Watch out for Cody. Picked up by Sam. Little crossover and a tailing shot in.
Let's
This
dance.
kid is impressive, Jay. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah, a little in and out cross. Put him in the blender and finish. The right hand on the left-hand side as Code pulls up. No good.
They're trying to answer that deuce on the drive from Cody with a 3 by Code. And all of a sudden, that lead that was down to just 8 now is ballooned to 12, and the Beavers have the ball. They're going to run that handoff motion offense, first popularized by the Harlem Globetrotters, I might add. Code, little shake and bake, doing a lot of dribbling. That time Sem able to cut him off, and now the Dragons force a turnover. It's a 2-on-1. Sem had it poked free by Code, and that's going to disrupt the transition. Under 2 to play now in the first half. Code drive, cut off, and throws out. Caught, stepping into a shot. 3-ball is in.
Nice shot there by Baumgartner.
Second 3 for Gavin Baumgartner, the Plymouth, Minnesota native, brings the Dragons within 9 with 1:40 to play in the first half.
Dragons looking to extend their defensive pressure, getting out.
Cody, drive, hang, shoot, score.
Double clutch. High and soft finish by Cody.
I wonder when Chad Wallace says, you know what, here's the deal. I don't care if you foul him, just don't let him do that anymore. Dragons misfire on a shot. So an 11-point lead. Pretty important 74 seconds here remaining in the first half. The Dragons can get a stop, come down, get a point, cut into this double-digit deficit. It's a big defensive stop if MSUM can get it here, but watch out. Cody hesitates. Got an old-school Jason Williams to him. Remember the Sacramento? Got that.
Yeah.
I might be dating myself.
No,
here.
not at all. I know exactly who you're talking about. Cody misses that pull-up, but Jason, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my all-time favorites.
See, I'm glad I hit you in the mid. Oh, parries a 3. Oh, the southpaw drains in the triple for the top of the key, and the Dragons have pulled within 8. Oh, yeah, I'd pay money to watch Williams.
Fun guy to watch.
That's a great transition right there. You get the stop off the Cody miss. You come down, Code busts a 3. But now there's about 10 seconds, 9 and change that separate the shot clock from the game clock. And the Dragons get one more stop here before the half. Trailing by 8.
Yeah, Dragons extending this defensive pressure.
Code forces one backdoor, he threw it away. Now, you talked about it, Jared. Got to get a hand up. Don't let him get free on the perimeter. They have bottled him up a little bit more on the perimeter.
They did. Cody picked up his dribble. Code got up in him and forced a turnover. A little over 12 seconds left. See if the Dragons can chip a little more away at this lead.
The Dragons were staring down the barrel of a double-digit deficit at halftime, and now they've got this thing within 8 and 1 shot here. A 2 with 3 free throws. I'm sure Chad Wolfeld will take anything to finish off this first half. 8 seconds. 7. Baumgartner 6. Hesitate. Drive. Shot. Oh, good.
Nice.
Foul.
Oh, nice strong move there by Baumgartner.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better last few possessions for MSUM. Foul whistled on Kyle Bleish's second personal. And at the line is Gavin Baumgartner, the 6'4" freshman, trying to complete the and one. If he does, he pull the Dragons within 5 with 2.8 to play until the break. Got it. 9 for Baumgartner. Let's see what Minot State has in store with 2.8. Inbounds caught. Got to get it off one. A 3/4 court shot at the buzzer. is high, no good. Trevor Rostein's got some kind of strength to get that one up. So the Dragons will walk in the locker room down by 5 at the break. Alexis Kennedy standing by. Let's see if we can get to Alexis here at halftime. All right, Alexis, let's go over to you.
Yep, joined here by Coach. Coach, Minot hitting some great shots. Your men cutting the lead to 5 here. What adjustments do you need to make to push ahead and get a lead in the second?
Well, you know, we were very, frankly, awful offensively for a long time, and it felt good to get some shots. You know, I think one of the things is, you know, we're shooting real quick, and we're putting a lot of pressure on our defense because, you know, when you shoot quick and you miss a lot of shots, now it gets them going into a flow. You know, and their big man is 2 of 3 from 3 last night, and he's obviously feeling it tonight. So we're just going to have to do a better job contesting. We seem a half a step behind all first half, so we got to figure that out.
Perfect. See you in the second half.
Thank
you. Jared, Jack.
Thanks, Alexis. Nicely done. Yeah, Chad Walthall's got to be happy where he sits at halftime, only down 5. That was in double digits. So the second half proves to be some kind of electrifying second half, and we've got that the halftime show coming up around the corner. We'll have a news break. Learn more about MSUM. First half highlights and a whole lot more coming up, including out-of-town scores. At the break from Nemzik, it is Minot Statesmen 44, MSUM 39.
Update or download to the all-new MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features customized following of only your favorite Dragons teams, incredible in-app live stats and media coverage, and our fired-up rewards program all in one easy-to-use app. Update your Dragons app, search MSUM in your app store, or visit msumdragons.com/app to download the new MSUM Dragons app today. Today's Dragons Live coverage is brought to you by BSN, The Courtyard by Marriott, Herbert & Gerbert's, Richards Transportation, Shields of Moorhead, Shucks Bus Service, Buffalo Wild Wings, Forum Communications.
Hello everyone, I'm Tanner Robinson and welcome to today's halftime news break. On today's break, we caught up with standout senior diver Amber Westerang to see how she is making the most of her final season. But first, let's get to know new swimming and diving head coach Charles King.
First year here, how's MSUM going for you?
I love it. I'm in love. You know, I'm a Dragon, and it's a great institution. It's got great people. The athletes are awesome, and the community is just, I love it. So I couldn't be happier.
D3 to D2, how's that transition been, like coaching-wise?
You know, I think the biggest thing is NCAA rules. I've coached at every division there is, so I think my philosophy has always been the same, as academics are why you're here. So really putting a focus on that. But then we're trying to be great swimmers, and then what are you trying to be great at in your life? And
looking forward now, kind of, we're pushing towards what mid-season about. You know, what are you looking forward to? What are you trying to build on pushing through the heart of the season?
You know, I think we have a great group of women, and they work hard every day. I think they're buying into the program, and, you know, just hard work and getting better every day, focusing on one thing at a time. We're in a tough part of the training right now, so we're at kind of some transitions where we're trying to go very high intensity, our volume's up there, we're lifting real heavy, and so we're moving towards trying to swim fast in December. We'll do a little small taper where we rest a little bit and try to pop some good times, and then just focus on finals, and then we get on to our training for the second semester, and then really it's about fine-tuning. Our volume will drop a little bit, our intensity will go up even higher, and then we're really trying to swim fast in February and qualify for nationals in March.
Thanks, Coach King, and best of luck this season. Coming up after the break, we talked with senior diver Amber Westerang.
Dragon Swim School is proud to offer year-round swimming and diving lessons with the lowest student-to-instructor ratio around. Lessons are available for all levels, including parent-child sessions and preschool. Help your child learn to love the water in a safe and caring environment with us at Dragon Swim School. Visit msumdragons.com/swim for more information. That's msumdragons.com/swim.
Get fired up for the new Shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a Logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from Shop MSUMDragons.com.
Welcome back to your MSUM Halftime News Break. Let's dive straight into our interview with senior standout diver Amber Westerang.
I started out in gymnastics when I was younger, and then I went to swimming, and then sophomore year of high school I decided that I would try it out, and it worked out really well. I really like the school as well. It wasn't just the team that brought me here. I liked the atmosphere of the school when I toured, and I love the atmosphere of the team as well, so it was really awesome. So there are 4 positions in diving, and they're considered A, B, C, and D. And A stands for straight, B stands for pike, C stands for tuck, and D stands for free, which means you can do any position in twisters. So there's also 5 categories, and those go along with the A, B, C, D. And those are forwards, which are 100s, which are mainly the easier ones. Backs are 200s. Reverses are 300s, which is where you walk forward on the board and flip backwards. And then inwards are 400s, where you're standing backwards on the board and flip forwards. So, and then 5,000s, which is where it gets a little bit confusing. Those are twisters. It's definitely a big mental thing than physical. I think that a lot of the times we try to stay loose and like try to mess around in between dives or like during diving and all that, just to like remain calm and stuff like that, because it is kind of scary. And so we try to like goof around and then just loosen up a little bit. So I'm really aiming towards nationals. I narrowly missed it last season by 0.45, so I'm really hoping that I can make that happen this year.
Thank you for joining us during our MSUM Halftime News Break. Stay tuned for more Dragons Live right after the break.
Today's Dragons Live coverage is brought to you by Matt Buss, Midco, Moorhead Public Service, Papa John's, Pepsi, Sanford Health, State Farm agent David Eggers, and Minnesota State University Moorhead. Get fired up for the new Shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a Logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from shopmsumdragons.com.
Just looking back on myself freshman year to who I am currently, it's a complete transformation.
You walk around campus all the time, you see friendly faces, you see smiling faces, and people really love being here.
For me personally, I was able to get the experience and the knowledge that I needed to be successful.
I've had a pretty long journey to get here. Went to community college, changed majors, and MSUM has transformed my life just incredibly.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
And Minot State leading at 44-39 at the break. Could have been worse for the Dragons. They were facing double-digit deficit late in that first half, but went on a nice little 13-2 run as we look at some of the highlights of that first half. Midco bringing in, that's, of course, talented Mr. Jeffers, who just stepped in and put it in. But Johnny Beninga, offense. Got to get Johnny going in the second half for MSUM. And man alive, that penetration by Minot State. There you saw Kyle Beisch get two. The Dragons, though, counter code. A nice first half. Slips inside the southpaw. The Dragons seem to have an answer when you have a Kimbo doing what he does at 6'7", the boy from London. But Jared Baumgartner, big three late in the first half.
Big three and able to get to the basket there in the final seconds of the half, drawing the foul and getting the and one.
He had an old-fashioned three and a conventional three down the stretch, and it all adds up to a Dragon 5-point deficit at halftime. As we look at some of the big numbers, what steps out to you here, Jared?
Obviously, the low shooting percentage for the Dragons, only 37%. As you see there, the Beavers shooting 64%. Both teams knocking down half their three-pointers, doing an exceptional job from the free throw line. The Beavers doing a solid job on the rebounding, and obviously the turnovers. Dragons doing a solid job forcing double-digit turnovers, taking care of the basketball. You hope they can bounce back this second half, make some shots, and continue to take care of the basketball.
Dragons have forced turnovers, 10 total in Minot State, but only have scored 6 points off those turnovers. So just a look inside some of the numbers. We are at halftime. Second half right around the corner. At the break, it's Minot State 44, MSUM 39.
Watch Dragons Live coverage of MSUM men's and women's basketball live from Memorial Auditorium at Concordia College this Wednesday on WDAY Extra. The women tip at 6 p.m. and the men start at 8 against NSIC rival, the Northern State University Wolves. Come to the games or watch the action live on the Dragons Live Network or the TV home of the Dragons, WDAY Extra.
Okay, one more.
All right, Benji.
Come on.
Benji.
Yes, smile.
What about the flash?
Okay, one more.
Benjamin, hold it
Make a flash,
sideways.
Benji. You have to
Please
back
use
it up.
my
You want to
camera.
get everybody in. You
camera?
can't get everybody in unless you back
Well,
up.
he did it. He did
There
it.
you go.
Did you get? Do you need me?
Hello.
Did you?
Don't forget to
Did you
take
get it,
home
Ben?
with my camera.
I think you got it.
Take another
shot. I think I blinked.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings Beer Sports.
Another day. And just like every day, it never seems to slow down. But you have a plan. Grab a cup, grab the paper, and grab a little time. Just for you. It's worth it. Don't get the paper? Just grab the phone. Call now and save up to 60% off the newsstand price. Journalists, bringing the story home every day.
44-39, Minot State leading. A look around the league from our Shuck Bus Service out-of-town scoreboards has Wayne State leading Bemidji State 63-51 in the second half. Crookston and Augustana, look at Augie. They win at 91-76. Southwest Minnesota State up 11, I should say, in Duluth at the break. And Winona State leading Concordia St. Paul at halftime by 8. Other games around the NSIC at the break. St. Cloud State +5 on Sioux Falls. And early score, first hand Northern State had the first field goal there against U. Mariette to come tonight. Minnesota State Mankato taking on Upper Iowa tonight. That upcoming schedule presented to you by, again, Shuck Bus Service. Again, Northern State, that's a Wednesday night affair at Concordia's Memorial Auditorium for the MSUM, taking on Northern State on Wednesday, and a road trip at Winona State at Upper Iowa coming up as conference play continues in the new year. Home against Bemidji State, Crookston, and Wayne State. The 11th, the 12th, and the 18th get here to Alex Nemzik. Jack Michaels alongside Jared Bledsoe. Time now for Bledsoe's bullets in that first half. There's a couple things that MSUM needs to concentrate on, and number one, probably slowing down Max Cody.
Absolutely. Contain the dribble penetration. That's got to be key. And obviously continue to play with confidence, but make the shots. Obviously getting quality shots, got to make those. And then obviously continue to be aggressive. The Dragons were pretty aggressive getting those shots up. Obviously continue to be aggressive on the defensive end as well.
Yeah, don't stand around. Don't get caught watching a little bit because this Minot State team, they can move. They want to move.
Yeah, Max Cody, is very crafty and able to find and set his team up for success so far.
Hopefully the second half has that for MSUM. Those 3 points right there, contain, play defense, be active, be aggressive, and you're only down 5 at halftime. 44-39, our score, Minot State leading it. As far as foul trouble in the first half, I really didn't see one of the guys except for Dorian Alui, who picked up 3 fouls. And outside of Alui, not a lot of foul trouble. You see this? I turned around and beautiful mother and her baby here.
Oh, you didn't know her?
Yeah, I do. That's a girl I call K-Stick. If you ever watch a concert over at Blue Stem, she's probably in charge of bringing those in.
Awesome facility there, yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, it is.
It's almost like summer-like weather right now in the Red River Valley.
I'll take it.
Oh, man alive. Now the Dragons, first possession. Maybe that'll set the tone. Simon Sem, drive, active, run off his block, throws one fading away. Not enough contact there for a whistle.
Right. Again, love the aggression. Man, to be able to knock down those shots, gather themselves, and finish. The Dragons come back out, matched up man-to-man, looking to extend that pressure.
We'll keep an eye as you watch old number 5 on the perimeter. Minot State gets it inside, hanging shot, no. Putback is off with a foul. Baumgartner is going to get called for the foul here as Rothstein gets the offensive rebound. That's just the 3rd offensive rebound for Minot State, but this one might pay dividends.
Again, we talked about being aggressive, and that means being aggressive on the boards, boxing out. Unfortunate second chance opportunity there for the Beavers.
But a missed free throw by Rothstein. Rothstein with 1 3-point field goal in the first half, the 6'7" junior. Second free throw is short. Well, 2 missed free throws there, and for either team, really didn't get to the line much in the first half. The 2 misses there. That's the first miss of either team. Dragons nearly turn it over, and a tip ball. Baumgartner regains control with a shot clock at 16. Gavin inside, hop step, jumps, nice. It in.
Great body control there by Baumgartner.
Well, he has really come on. You're looking at 3 late in the first half, then the old-fashioned 3, and now he starts the second half with a driving deuce. He's brought the Dragons within a hat trick, 44-41. Post touch, Kimbo. Banging, sliding, slipping, skip pass, nearly taken away. Cody, no look pass. This one is banged out.
Hustle there by Baumgartner.
An effort by Gavin Baumgartner with no regard for his body went after that ball and draws the contact.
And that's the type of energy and effort it's going to take for the Dragons to come away with the win tonight.
And Midco replay. A foul whistle on Trevor Rothstein, his second personal, second on Minot State here in the second half. It's a lot of seconds. 44-41. Dragons can tie with a 3 on this possession. Baumgartner and Code playing a little catch on the perimeter. Gavin going to use a big screen, going to step in. Shot, goal! What a foul! He hit the 3.
Oh, big time shot by Baumgartner, getting fouled on the 3 with an opportunity for a 4-point play.
You can go a whole season and not see a 4-point play. Let's check it out in the Midco. It's a replay. And indeed a foul. Ain't no question about it.
Great decision there by Baumgartner, reading the defender going under the screen, trying to recover. He completes the 4-point play and gives the Dragons the lead.
Well, Baumgartner, that's 6 points quickly here in the second half. He's got 15 for the game. And the Dragons leading 45-44. Again, fans, keep in mind, this was a double-digit deficit by MSUM with a couple of minutes remaining in that first half. And the Dragons have caught fire, no pun intended. They're bottling up Cody, but he leaves to
a fine by Cody.
Alui Dorian Louis, who just, you know, you got to give him credit. Because of his foul trouble, he hasn't been able to get the flow of the game in him.
It's a great point there, Jack.
Well, the lead seesaws back to Minot State. I had a feeling we're going to be in for a good old slugfest here in the second half. Dragons get deep and a foul on the shot. 2 free throws coming. Now we're stationed away from that play. Unless someone's playing rock, paper, scissors. I actually heard that contact from over here. You see it there. Drake Jeffries did that little 2x4 across the chops there. That's going to result in a couple of free throws here for MSU M&M. Contacts getting knocked out.
Yeah, that's what you heard.
A physical game.
Contact getting knocked out. Credit Baumgartner coming out aggressive so far this second half.
It's almost it's not like he's taking the game on his on his own back, but it feels that way in the second half.
Yeah, being aggressive, knocking down shots, and then, like you said, it's not forced. It's coming within the rhythm of the game as he misses the first.
That's because he had that contact issue.
That'll do it.
Dragons bring in Addison Park. So the Dragons, the free throw make away from a tie game here with 17:35 to play in the second half. One more coming. And no good. 2 teams that didn't miss a free throw in the first half have gone 0 for 2 each here in the second half.
Yeah, unfortunate for Baumgartner missing those. Could have gave the Dragons a lead.
Well, I should say Baumgartner has hit a free throw and a traveling violation on Minot State.
And that's going to be a key matchup, too. Code and Cody. Code has picked up Cody, for the most part, the full court press. And see if Code can wear Cody down.
I love your entire articulation, Jared, of that last sentence. That's not easy to do. Code and Cody. This is Code. Code's a lefty, and as he drives, he might have been tied up by Cody, but there was a reach-in foul on the other side. And on his arm was Drake Jeffries, his second personal. That's the 15 foul on Minot State.
Yeah, huge assignment for Code, but if he can get going offensively, it'll be a huge plus for the Dragons.
Dragons get into Park. Park hand off to Code. Now Baumgartner, he's had the hot hand here in the second half. Benenga, shot good.
Nice rhythm shot there by Benenga.
You like seesaws? Because we're in one now. 47-46, the lead goes back to MSUM. A little closer to the vest now. Jeffries releasing a Louis. Now a Kimbo. Baumgartner on him. And here's your man with the golden handles, Max Cody from Australia. Baumgartner closes out. Cody dropped
nice
down,
dime.
no look pass, reverse layup good.
The vision by Cody setting his teammates up for success has been fun to watch. Dragons will have to do a better job containing that penetration.
I guess you can trade hoops all the way down if you have the last possession. I mean, that mathematically that would equal a win. And the Dragons turn it over.
And that's the chemistry we were talking about earlier in the pregame, where got to figure out the identity and the chemistry. There's a miscue there by Code and Baumgartner.
Jesse Berg back in for MSUM. Berg, Baumgartner, Johnny Benenga, Travis Code, and Addison Park on the floor for the Dragons. For Minot State, this is Beisch. Goes high to Cody Dwyer, who's on to Cody. Cody, a little shake and bake, give it to a Kimbo. Good shot fake into a 16-footer. And falls out. The Dragons catch a break.
Definitely a break there. Hit everything but the twine.
Code taking it right down Main Street. Throws it up, no good. Rebound off a couple of bodies and a loose ball foul called on Minot State. What possesses a man at 6'1" to look into a lane with 6'6" and 6'7" and say, yep, I'm taking it right in there.
Fortunate for Code there, 3-on-1. Not able to finish, but able to draw the foul there.
Is it brave or smart? I'm trying to find the word, Jared.
I'll stay tuned for you to find that word.
48-47. Beavers lead by 1. Benenga crosses over, can't free or shake himself from Cody. From the elbow to the wing. Code rises up. 3 in and out. No good. Great rebound, Park. Put back is off and a foul.
Nice job there by Park. Making his presence felt on the offensive boards. Nobody boxed him out.
That's Cody Dwyer, picks up his second personal. And a couple of shots coming here for Addison Park. Well, you can buy a chance to win up to $5,000 in the Dragon Fire raffle. Don't think I haven't purchased my tickets for that already. I got them like a month ago. Tickets are on sale now for $20. Park hits free throw number 1. $20, but I'll tell you, the Dragon Fire Booster Club table at the main athletics office. The winners will be announced beginning February 8th. And the best thing about this, all proceeds from the Dragon Fire raffle benefit Dragon Athletic Scholarships. Park, second one, and we're not tied anymore. 49-48. We are in a seesaw, aren't we?
All right, definitely in a seesaw as the Dragons pick up full court. Again, trying to wear the...
As part of your bullets, this perimeter defense. You know, Minot State, we mentioned earlier, they have great spacing. It allows itself a lot of ball screens on the perimeter into shots. And is this going to be the second 4-point play?
Yes, it is.
Of today's game. Well, dropping that down was Kyle Beisch, the Fort Dodge, Iowa, 6'3" junior. You can see it here, Jared.
And he did a great job selling the call. He sold that call, knocked down the 3, an opportunity for a 4-point play.
For the fouls in Johnny Benenga, his first personal. That's the second on MSUM. And Beisch, free throw, good. You could go a season without seeing a 4-point play.
Right, we've seen 2 so far this afternoon.
3-point lead for Minot State, 52-49. Baumgartner, triple team, fadeaway elbow, shot it long. Remember, Minot State led by 16 points in the first half. The Dragons closed that down to 5 at the break. They've gone back and forth, and now Minot State with a 3-point lead. Akimbo got deep.
Nice block there by Berg.
Berg returns it. Cody has it. Hook pass, caught the perimeter. Stepping into a 16-footer, nice. Dribbling to his shot was Greg Jeffries.
Jeffries has a sweet step into shot, man.
What a kids watching out there that play it. Jared, you've done this before where, you take those shots in warm-up as Code steps back, shoots it long, and a rebound Jeffries. To dribble into a shot, you're not just out there fooling around in warm-ups, you're practicing that stuff.
Absolutely, and it's something that I've noticed, he goes straight up and down on those shots. Great hustle there by Berg.
Yeah.
We've seen the Dragons kind of fade away from the basket on a couple of those pull-ups and teardrops as Code misses the transition bucket.
Yeah, got to the 10. You're right about Berg. Great effort on that steal as the Dragons turn over the Beavers but can't capitalize. Those points off turnovers weren't big in the first half. You got to make those count. Akimbo draws a double, and there's the kick out. The shot missed and the ball out of bounds to MSUM. Final on the floor with 13:47 to play in the second half. The Dragons, who were down by 5 at the break, now with 13:47, down by 5. 54-49, Minot State.
It's a new stay at the Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from downtown Fargo, local colleges, shopping centers, and several restaurants. The Courtyard features a 24-hour fitness center, 24-hour on-site Starbucks, and our bistro restaurant and lounge open for breakfast and dinner daily. Relax in one of our 2 indoor swimming pools and hot tub. The comfort your family needs close to all the action at the Courtyard by Marriott. Visit our website or call 218-284-1000. That's 218-284-1000.
Courtyard by Marriott sponsoring today's game on WDAY Extra. 54-49. Minot State has the lead. A 5-point advantage here. It's a little more manageable for MSUM. In the first half, it appeared the Beavers were getting a lot of things done that they wanted to do, and the Dragons were struggling a bit offensively. Alexis Kennedy was in that Dragon huddle. What can you tell us, Alexis?
Well, the first thing that he said was we're making a push. So obviously they're making a push, we can see it, but also that he wants them to utilize their post more and get the ball down low to the big guys.
And that should help open up some of that perimeter too, Jared.
It should, and something that stands out not just for the Dragons, but for the Beavers with 26 points in the paint. You'd like to see the Dragons match that. Even come close, as they only have 12 points so far in the paint. As Park gets to the bucket and finishes in the paint right on cue.
Yeah, what did you want, Coach? Thank you very much, Addison Park. Park at 7 at the break. Park at double figures with 11 and a reach-in foul on Bryce Ersfeld here. Who's ever guarding and picks up Max Cody, you know, yeah, one guy can try, but you really almost, you have to keep him in front of you. You just, and that's easier said than done. Cody has it now. Ersfeld's an athlete. Minot State looking inside. Cody got underneath and teardrops one in.
So crafty. Change of speed.
I knew he could do a lot, but make yourself invisible. I didn't know he had that in him too. 5-point lead for Minot State. Simon Sem to Park. Park goes right. Sem open. Doesn't take the three. Drives instead. Wants that traffic inside. And Sem puts it in.
Nice drive there by Sem. And again, the difference in the first half, missing that shot and now making that shot. Cutting this lead to 3.
It's a good decision. Instead of taking that deep shot, step back shot. Maybe this, well, I was going to say maybe that's what you want, but Bryce, that's his game. He's got 10.
Again, you notice the stop on the dime, but he goes straight up and down on the shot, squaring up.
There's your post touch. Park fumbled it for a moment, got it back, drives. There's body clanging. And Park even able to get that thing to drop. Good defense that time by Cody Dwyer of Minot State. Max Cody slides to the elbow. A little safety valve tossed to Bryce. This is a Louis. There's that high ball screen. Now Dwyer goes down. Cody doesn't take it. Cody going to dribble, closely guarded, and we've got a foul whistle on MSUM. Ersfeld picks up his third. Again, I see Bryce's facial expression going, what do you want me to do? I mean, I'm containing this guy all the way through.
As you mentioned, Ersfeld is an athlete, so he's, you know, doing the best job he can to contain him.
Minot State leading by 5. Trigger in, a Louis. Nice move. Closed down by Busman. Extra pass to the foul from behind on Baumgartner, reaching in. They call that hand in the cookie jar foul.
And again, kudos to Max Cody. Little nuances as a floor general. He was taking the ball out. He gave the head nod to Kubo and to clear out. And it gave opportunity for this free throw for the Beavers. So I'm watching him, and he's a smart floor general and believes in his teammates.
Playmaker, you know, we were referencing Jason Williams kind of comparison in basketball. If he was he'd be like the Brett Favre of football, wouldn't he?
Okay.
Right?
You're going back in the archives, man, with some legends.
Cody's got that. Louis hits what to do. He's got that Favre, like you're not quite sure what he's going to do, but you know he's maybe got a plan and a dangerous man. Sorry, Vikings fans. Well, I guess Favre was a Viking too. Park and Baumgartner. Dragons find themselves down half a dozen. Here's a jumper into a three, and Baumgartner hits again.
Baumgartner getting it going this second half. Nice looking shot.
18 points. Jared, that's his 4th 3 of the game and brings the Dragons within a hat trick. There's that back cut. Slide off that up pick. Teardrop shot short. Dragons need a board. They got it. Baumgartner to Sem. Sem in traffic. Hey, shooting, draws a foul. And that's the Dragon fire you need.
Baumgartner getting it done on the defensive end. Grabbing the rebound. Great outlet look to Sem. Sem attacks, draws the foul there on Cody.
What else I liked about that, yes, Baumgartner got everything done right there, but when he looks up, who do you got running the floor? You got Sem on one side, and you got Addison Park on the other. 2 relative bigs that are just running the floor.
And some we hadn't seen much of. Transition buckets out of the Dragons. Could be a good sign here if Sem can knock down one of these free throws.
Well, all of a sudden, and again, you know, at halftime, it's not like either team shot a lot of free throws. I mean, the Dragons were 4 of 4. Minot State was 3 of 3, so 7 total. But here in the second half, there's been a lid on that basket. That previous foul was on Max Cody, his first, team 7th. Sem's second one. Should get extra points for height. He's got 5.
Dragons pick up full court again, trying to wear the Beavers down.
Down by 2. Minot State into a baseline jumper. Shot rolls out, rebound, Louis in traffic, puts it up and in.
Strong putback by Louis.
Jeffries takes the baseline runner, and Louis got himself in a perfect position. The lead is 4 for Minot State. Ersfeld defended by Cody. No ball screen there. Park steps out to the wing. Addison dribbling hard, lowers that shoulder, throws it up, no good. And the Beavers have the ball. Max Cody, the Australian from Melbourne, Australian. Akimbo from London, England. Louis flashes through. Louis from Chicago. 4-point lead for the Beavers. Shot clock is at 13. Cody drive to a wide open 3-ball from Akimbo, and it's in.
Another great decision there by Max Cody.
Well, Akimbo's with 15 points. You look at his frame and you think, yeah, post. And the Dragons try to catch one on the other end. Ersfeld shot long, but an offensive rebound. Back to Bryce. Bryce, corner, 18-footer. Swish!
Nice shot there by Ersfeld. Missed the first one, had the confidence to take the second one. Alexis found out. Coach wants them to continue to shoot with confidence.
A 5-point deficit for the Dragons. Trying to step up that perimeter defense, and in doing so, a foul whistled on MSUM. Baumgartner will be whistled for this one, his 3rd personal foul. 6th on the team. 9:45 to play here in the second half with a timeout on the floor. Chad Wolfrow figuring, what can I do to close this deficit? 5-point lead for the Beavers.
Herbert and Gerberts wants to know, what's your favorite sandwich?
My personal favorite is the Flash. It's got all that meat and that Italian flavor that I can't get enough of.
You know, the first time I was at Herbert and Gerberts, I couldn't decide if I wanted ham or turkey, so I got the Gerf. Got both.
I like the Pompeii because I like chicken salad, but it also has that sweet chili sauce.
Experience Flavor Nation for yourself with the classic, specialty, and signature menus at Herbert and Gerberts with 4 convenient FM locations, 1 in Bismarck and 1 in Grand Forks. Or order online and have it delivered at herbertandgerberts.com.
Get fired up for the new Shop MSUMDragons.com, the official online store of Dragon Athletics, featuring top brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Columbia, and more. Get gear in women's, youth, toddler, and infant sizes, perfect for all of our Dragon fans. Support your favorite Dragon team with Select a logo. Anything custom ships in 72 hours. And take your tailgating to the next level with items like bleacher chairs, tailgate tents, and lawn chairs. Get the gear and support your team with profits going directly to Dragon Athletics from Shop MSUMDragons.com.
Fan cam. If you see smiles, that means probably a majority of the finals are done. Some of these students, even the younger ones today, are waiting for Christmas. We love our fan cam, Jared.
Yeah, nice crowd tonight.
Wearing that great Dragon gear, all fired up. Got the stocking hat right there. How stylish is that? 64-59, 5-point lead for Minot State. Alexis Kennedy in the Beaver huddle, and I had a chance to hear from Matt Merkin right there.
Yes, his main message was keep the tempo and have clean passes. He also wants his big guys to step up as well down there.
Alexis, great to be working with you. Jack Michaels, Jared Bledsoe in for Steve DeStacio. We wish Steve the best recovery. Steve's here, but he's got a big old cast, had a surgery on his, not the ulna, but the radius. That's the other bone, and I'm not a biologist. I know you're smarter than I am, Jared.
No, not at all, Dr. Jack.
Minot State nearly turning it over, and look at this. Ersfeld pulls his pocket and takes the steal.
Great defensive pressure there by the Dragons.
Ersfeld running shot, no, and a foul is called, and an offensive foul called, an emphatic call, offensive foul on MSUM.
See what happened here.
Well, someone may be called for clearing out, and that's indeed Jesse Berg is going to be the guilty party. You look at the mid-court replay at Berg, looks like someone just threw a calculus equation at him. He was speaking of school. Well, the tough break. You know, again, those points off turnovers, the Dragons just not
able to capitalize. They got to continue to keep the pressure, though. The aggression's there. Just got to finish those plays.
Akibo, back, turn, spin, banks it in. That's just tough.
Big-time move over 3 Dragons that last possession. Akibo, fun to watch.
Kid with the 17 now for Minot State. The lead is to 7. So these are one of those critical minutes. This would help. In and out. Boy, a deep 3 by Jesse Berg. 8:45, yeah, there's a lot of time left, but that said, you don't want this 7 to turn into 10, and now you're chasing points again. Minot State drive, extra pass, and banked in by Dwyer. Louis, I think, is having more fun being on the floor than on the bench with foul trouble.
I agree with you. He's definitely a factor as he's made himself available this second half.
The lead goes to 9 for Minot State. Jogged by Busman here. Backdoor feed and traffic catch, shot good.
Tough finish there by Baumgartner.
Busman to Baumgartner. That's 20 now for Baumgartner in the game. It brings the Dragons within 7. Approaching the 8-minute mark. Akibo.
Dragons continue to double Akibo.
It's just you can run someone from the perimeter, and if you're going to double, you better get in his grill. You better not flash a hand because he's too good. This is Busman. That's a 3, and it's wide right. Well, a 9-point lead for Minot State. You know, Jared, and we saw the double last time on Akibo on the block, but if you flash at him, you don't stay with him on that double. He's just too big of a body.
Yeah, and it's just a certain comfort level he has out there to get to his spot. As Berg does a great job.
Yeah, and Akibo tries to save it off of Berg's leg, but Baumgartner picks it up. Baumgartner dribbling through the pile, give it to Ersfield. Corner pass, Baumgartner, little Euro step, backdoor shot is a kicked ball. You see those Euro steps usually when you're attacking the basket from the front. Rare is it, as we see in the replay. Watch that Euro from the baseline. And
nice looking move there by Baumgartner. Able to find Berg.
And for a minute they said that ball was it was kicked, I guess, in that replay. Must have been kicked somewhere on that. Otherwise, Berg would have had some free throws there. It was kicked there by Drake Jeffries. Here's a drive, nice take. Johnny Benega, shot good, and a foul.
And that's the type of bucket that can get Johnny going. Nice little floater in the lane, little hesitation, blow by. Right over Akibo.
Akibo going to pick up his first personal foul. That's the 8th on Minot State. Both Code and Benega, and for that matter, guys like Ersfeld, these guys look right in the face and the eyes of Akibo, and they take it right at him, saying they're going to force you to foul us. Free throw, Johnny good. Benega with 9 in the game. Maple Grove, Minnesota, and just like that, that lead that had ballooned to 9, back to 6 for Minot State. 70-64, and now time becomes a little bit of the factor. 6:55 to play in the second half. Dragons down by half a dozen. Max Cody back on the floor for Minot State. He's magical with his basketball. Drives, he never stops. Leaning pass caught into a 3. That hurts. Kyle Beisch, he's got 13.
Beisch squares up and knocks down the long triple.
Every possession valuable here. The Dragons get something after the 3 by Minot State. They nearly get tied up, and a foul is called on a reach-in. Foul is on Trevor Rostein, his 3rd personal. 9th team foul, and free throws coming for MSUM. The Dragons fortunate here. Not saying there wasn't a foul on that, but, you know, that's a tied-up basketball. You look at the arrow, and it points to Minot State, and all of a sudden the Beavers got a ball. And a tied-up basketball when you don't own the arrow is like a turnover.
It is, absolutely.
Here's Gavin Baumgartner. He's been special here tonight. At 21 for Gavin. Here's also the good news. He got a few years left at MSUM.
Yes, he does. Been fun to watch this afternoon. Hope he can continue to go. The Dragons going to need all the points he can give and more as he misses the second free throw.
Now gets 1 and 2. So Baumgartner sitting with 21. Dragons down by 8 with 6:19 to play here in the second half. Good crowd on hand here tonight. A doubleheader of Dragons basketball. There's the give and go, and a Louis flushes it in.
Great cut there by Louis and finishing with authority.
You know, when you bring, and I saw Minot State, you know, they bring a big up high, which clears out the block, and then Louis setting up at that free throw line. All of a sudden, a drive and cut, and you've got yourself open space as the Dragons misfire on their shot.
You've talked about that quite a few times for the Beavers. Great spacing, which allowed for that back cut and strong finish.
10-point lead, hook pass, caught in traffic, shot fake, and basket short by Beisch. Dragons want to run. Code, just the man to do it. Down by 10. Pulls up, slides inside, hangs, shoots, and scores.
Move there by Cole.
And a quick timeout for MSUM. 5:27 to play here in the second half. And the Dragons have pulled back with an 8. It's Minot State 75, MSUM 67.
Do more of what you love without being held back by joint pain. At Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our team will work with you to create a care plan that meets you where you are, choosing treatment options that fit your lifestyle, so you can get back to more outdoor adventures, more traditions, more active moments, more you. See how you can reach your more at Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
5:27 remaining here. Good to have you on board. WDAY Extra. Jack Michaels, Jared Bledsoe, Alexis Kennedy. We'll see what Alexis has to say in the second. 75-67, an 8-point lead. With that mobile app, I just bought my mother, my dear mother Marge, 86 years old, got her first smartphone. So she'll put that Dragon app on now. She's kind of understanding what the apps are all about.
Okay, 87.
86, Dad 88, Mom 86, and they got their first smartphone a little while ago. So they're all geared up. I'll have to tell them. Download that new MSUM Dragons app.
There you go.
Features live stats, media coverage, the hashtag Fired Up Rewards program. Search MSUM in your app store. So I have to tell Mark, just search MSUM in that app store. Well, Alexis, 75-67, Dragons down by 8 with 5:27 to play. What's the good word?
Well, it was that they are seeing deja vu of last night's game. It's immediately what the coaches said, that they're just trading baskets. They can score all the points that they want, but if they keep trading baskets, it won't matter.
It's well put. Last night, just saw one trickle away, and you can't. Stops is the name of the game, and I guarantee you, Jared, and I don't know how this one's going to end, but we'll look at columns like points off turnovers, missed opportunities, maybe some missed free throws that are going to factor in.
Absolutely. All those are factors when you talk about a close game like we got so far here this evening.
Louis getting more minutes in the second half because he stayed out of foul trouble for Minot State, where's number 10. This is a deep three put up, and that one long, no good, and a loose ball foul on Cody Dwyer of Minot State. He was on Addison Park, and Park also looked like he kind of popped his fingers. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, probably did. So he jammed it.
Jammed.
And that hurts. Hopefully he's able to shake it off and knock down these free throws to cut into this lead for the Dragons.
Well, he's still trying to. Doesn't look like anything's out of socket per se. It just looks like that. Boy, is that smart though. 4:56 to play in this one. Time on the floor. We'll come back. Free throws for the Dragons when we come back. It's Minot State 75, MSUM 67.
It takes a team to bring the story home every day. It takes a leader to build a legacy of trust.
As the only locally owned news station in the region, we're there for you at every turn.
We're your neighbors, telling the stories that matter because your community is our community.
So when you need to reconnect, remember that we're working every day, just like you.
Trying to make a better tomorrow.
WDAY News, the only locally owned news station in the region.
Liddy here with another lesson.
Okay, gotta make a list. Pay cable bill, research car insurance rates, get groceries. And my student loan payment is due next week.
You look stressed. If you're worried about money, try riding that bus.
There is a bus stop pretty close to my job. I could give it a try.
Awesome. More conditioner?
Thanks a lot.
He learned his lesson. Join us and take the challenge to ride green.
Assist of the game. And Max Cody does a lot, Jared, as does Akibo.
Excellent find there, as he's done all night, setting his teammates up for success. Max Cody finding Akibo for the easy deuce.
And free throws coming for Addison Park. Alexis, I'm curious. Addison Park, and he's at the line now, is shooting a couple of free throws because Minot State's in that two-shot. They're at 10 fouls, but he was holding onto his fingers. And Alexis, I don't know if you saw that or they talked about that. He seems to be okay.
Well, I also think that jam fingers are very common in basketball. Sometimes you get your fingers stuck in the wrong places, but I think he's a big, tough guy. He'll be able to finish it.
Hey, Lex, a world-class softball player. You ever get hit with a ball on that fingers on the bat? That smarts too, doesn't it?
All the time.
Yeah. Great middle infielder. Can't wait to watch Alexis play. 13 points for Park. And, well, here you go, Jared. Do you call these critical minutes here?
Absolutely. As you mentioned, a little under 5 minutes left. Dragons picking up full court. Decision-making will be huge. The defensive pressure, containing penetration, as you talked about at halftime, will be huge.
Well, a foul here on Ersfeld picks up his 4th personal foul, and of course it's Max Cody who does a little bit of everything. At 13 points, a couple of rebounds, 13 points, 10 assists in the game, and misses the free throw, the 1-and-1, so we will not get another double-double though for Max Cody. Quick shot, Baumgartner feeling it. Yes, sir! Hurries a three.
Just the answer the Dragons needed. Baumgartner knocking down the transition three-pointer. Just like that, Dragons are back within 3.
Baumgartner is having a night. 24 big points for Gavin Baumgartner. 75-72, and a dangerous pass tip taken away. Dragons force a steal. Can they score off it? Coach, step, hang, shoot, and a charge. Louis drew the charge, and I'll bet you if Trayvon Code had to do it all over again, Jared.
He either, with his athleticism, he probably could have jumped and dunked on him.
Right.
But he decided to try to sideswipe him and unfortunately got called for the charge. So
it's a nice aggressive play. You know, that could have finished with an and-one opportunity on the other side too.
Absolutely.
4:05 to go in the game. Lob this time falls off Akibo's head, but he saves it from going out of bounds. Watch these Beavers. They space the floor and watch the cuts. There's the cut and there's the basket. Boy, they just come weak side right at you.
And again, guess who with the find? Max
Cody.
Cody with the dime, setting his teammate up for success.
That's the 11th assist for Cody in the game. We got a holding foul as Code. But Jared did such a nice job of breaking down Code and Cody. You know, the two have a similar, I'll say, a psyches or thought process, as you see here. It's a drive, it's a hang. You know, they both make you foul.
Right. Right. You got your hands full trying to contain penetration with either of those guys.
It's a 4th foul on Trevor Rothstein. And again, over the limit, 2-shot penalty. In fact, both teams now on the 2-shot penalty the rest of the way out. These free throws are premium shots down the stretch. Need them both. Code, free throw good. Dozen points for Trayvon Code, Reading, Pennsylvania. Substitution back in from Minot State, Drake Jeffries out of Mattoon, Illinois. Jared vacations there. I'm not sure.
Great town.
Great, beautiful town. Second one, Code, swish. 13 for Trayvon Code. Here's that 3-point lead. You know what I want to see? The Dragons get a 2-possession lead because they haven't had that.
No, not tonight. They have not. And Dragons looking to extend this pressure.
I mean, it has been an uphill fight.
Oh, great anticipation there. Ersted with the finish.
Oh, Bryce Ersfield just able to pick the pocket. And he's playing, by the way, with 4 personal fouls. And he was able to get the steal. And the Dragons are within 1. Huge basket off the steal by Ersfeld.
Ersfeld again has his hands full trying to contain Cody.
Max Cody with the ball now. Louis turns and hands to Kyle Bice. This Bice can score on you too. Dragons are really matching up. Forcing pressure. Benega right in the grill. And the shot doesn't go. Louis the rebound. Put back.
Nice block there by Park.
Park and Baumgartner went up, and the Dragons can take a lead on this possession. Benega, drive, hang, shoot.
Oh, big time move by Benega.
He had an and one not long ago, and look at this.
Nice crossover, change pace, speed, finishing with contact. An opportunity for a 3-point play at the stripe.
With 2:48 left to play in the second half, the Dragons have stolen the lead. A steal by Ersfeld and an and one by Johnny Benega. 11 points in the game tonight. A made free throw here would give him 12, and more importantly, give the Dragons a 2-point lead. It is up. It's a 2-point lead.
The Dragons stick with this full court pressure. Great idea by Earthfield denying Cody the ball. I would try to keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible.
And Chad Walpole by saying, you know, Bryce, just give us everything you got. You pick up your fifth, but get in his grill.
Absolutely, right in his grill. Oh, great read there. Oh!
And a missed layup by Max Cody. He's done so many things well tonight. And that was a great cut, great catch, but he just couldn't close. And now the Dragons, what did we ask for a little bit ago? What would they do with a 2-possession lead?
Here's the opportunity right here. And we talked about the Dragons picking up full court early on in the game. Maybe that was effective, causing Cody to miss that layup.
I like those Bledsoe bullets. Jump pass.
Oh, nice no-look pass by Baumgartner to Park.
Addison Park, the recipient of something really special there from Gavin Baumgartner. Baumgartner has had a tremendous night. 24 points, but dropped a dime right there, and there's your 2-possession lead. Akibo. And we got a holding foul on Addison Park. And as we look at this too, and Jared, you understand this. I mean, you just can't put the 2 on there. And it's just, and that's a load. I mean, I'm so impressed with Akibo. 6'7", he got to go to, I mean, I don't want to guess. I'm not a weight guesser in the circus, but that's a big boy right there.
Solid guy. And
it's an athlete.
Absolutely.
Free throw. Good.
And Park just made his mind up. Hey, you're not going to bang me down whether I got to use one arm or two.
Yeah, he was kind of, his game in the post had been to kind of Barkley you back in, right?
Oh, you going to some old school legends. I love it, Barkley.
Second one is up, man, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Minot State. So here we go, 1:45 to play. This, if it were checkers in the first half, it's now become chess.
Definitely a chess match. As Minot looking to pick up a little bit. Full court.
1:45 to play, and the officials, and we got a timeout called here, or is this an officials timeout, or does somebody, I didn't see anybody whistle for timeout. The officials over at the bench, they're going to check and see who this went off of.
Okay.
On that loose ball that went out of bounds. Now, Trevor Rothstein, and I'm sure he's an honest young man. He plays for Minot State and feels it went off a Dragon. Now, the Dragons have honest men, too, and they feel it went off of Minot State. This is why, whether you agree or not, as we look at replay, replay should tell you, as you see Baumgartner right there fighting for the ball. Rothstein comes over. What do you think, Jared? Ooh, Rothstein may have a case.
Yes.
That may have been last touched by the left hand of Baumgartner, and there are 6 eyes that are eventually going to do this.
6 of them to check this out.
They're bringing 6 eyes, and we're going to eventually get this here. I mentioned buy a chance to win up to $5,000 in the Dragon Fire raffle. Tickets are on sale now for $20 at the Dragon Fire Booster Club table or in the main athletics office. The winners announced beginning February 8th. All proceeds from the Dragon Fire raffle benefit Dragon Athletics Scholarship.
And depending on the angle, you know, if they had a closer zoom angle from where we're sitting, maybe we could see it.
And see the shot right here on the mid-count? I mean, it appears that it might have skimmed off Gavin's left finger, that left hand.
Yeah.
But, I mean, now we're really slicing this up. But that's what those three. So what do you think, Earl? Well, I'm not sure, Ron. What do you hear? I'll go tell him. You go tell him, and then I'm not going to listen to whoever argues at me.
Right.
That was just paraphrased. Now there's the quick message, and they'll say, either walk by and say, no, clear and precise, or not enough information.
Not enough information, yeah. Beavers pick up full court.
And the Dragons leading by 3 with 1:42 remaining. We're talking about a handful of possessions now left in this game. Well, the Dragons working to Johnny Benenga. The student body and the fans now standing here behind us on Media Road. High post to Park. Akibo guarding him. Handoff now to Baumgartner. They post up Park. I think they want to get it into Addison, but the shot clock is at 7. Baumgartner crosses over to Akibo. Takes him down. Fadeaway shot. Yeah!
Big time shot by Baumgartner.
Wow. 26 points for Kevin Baumgartner. And it's a 5-point lead.
Only a freshman.
And a steal, Johnny Beninga. And a quick foul called on Kyle Beisch, and that's his 4-2 shots coming for the Dragons.
Big time stop there by Beninga, digging in, ripping that ball away, forcing a turnover for the Beavers, and an opportunity to extend this lead with 1 minute left. Wow.
If the Dragons can hang on today, Chad Wilthall is going to take a sigh of relief, because this is a team that was down 16 points in the first half, whittled that to a 5-point deficit. Is free throw good by Beninga. And they've had massive shots. And it hasn't just been Gavin Baumgartner, Jared. Beninga's had a couple of and ones. Ersfeld's had a steal and a coast-to-coast. What an effort by the Dragons here late in the second half.
Absolutely. Coach Walthall could definitely put in the back of his mind, if they pull out this win, there's no give-up in his team. They definitely stepped up tonight.
BSN Sports Coaches Camp, Chad Walthall. He was standing. Here's a three. Akibo says, hold on. This is not done yet.
Wait a minute.
49 ticks is all that remains. Our score now, MSUM 85, Minot State 81.
From the time you were little, bouncing off the walls, you were told, go do something. And so you did. Then one day you found yourself in a cap and gown. Now, go do something was an invitation. Or was it a challenge? Go with Midco. We connect you with powerful, innovative technology. That's the start. Your drive and vision do the rest. Go do something. Yeah, that's definitely a challenge. You and Midco. Let's go.
Update or download to the all-new MSUM Dragons app on iTunes and Google Play. The new app features customized following of only your favorite Dragons teams, incredible in-app live stats and media coverage, and our Fired Up Rewards program all in one easy-to-use app. Update your Dragons app, search MSUM in your app store, or visit msumdragons.com/app to download the new MSUM Dragons app today.
49 seconds remaining, and this all of a sudden has turned into a tight one. The Dragons have literally stolen this lead, 85-81, but Akibo coming off a big three, and now imagine Minot State. Do you defend one possession, or do you go right to the foul? Remember, every foul's 2-shot penalty. Alexis Kennedy standing by. We'll see if we have time to zip over to her. We know we'll hear in the post game, and backcourt pressure applied. Dragons going to have to beat this heat. Ersfeld has it. Got to find somebody or burn a timeout. And let's see. They'll burn a timeout. Look at that shot clock. Uh-oh. That was nearly a violation. Well, with this, you've got 18.8 seconds that separate the shot clock from the game clock. The Dragons are leading 85-81. Chad Walthall. And I want to verify that a timeout was awarded, Jared. That's what you saw also,
yes,
right?
Yes. They may take another look at this because of the shot clock.
That's very much true, because if you're Minot State, Coach Matt Merkin, his design was not to foul immediately. It was to defend the backcourt. And then maybe once they defend one possession.
Yeah. I wish they did a solid job. I mean.
Right, get a rebound back, somehow score, and then get into the foul game. Appears to be the game plan here for Minot State.
Yeah, and had it up to, maybe 9.5 seconds, to be honest with you. Dragons wisely called it.
Yeah, they're going to look at this, the replay. The replay getting their money's worth right now, 85-81, and this is huge. This is just a massive call coming up, because if that thing went to 10 before the timeout was awarded, and you see it here, near official awarding the timeout, but you got a couple of Beavers already clapping as far as the 10 seconds. So 22.
All right, here we go.
So let's watch the bottom official here, and when he awards it, and then the little red number that says 21. If that gets to 20 before it's awarded, it's going to be a violation. It's not awarded. Oh, it's right. It's simultaneous. He's pointing as it gets to 20.
It's a tough call.
You
and
couldn't
this
have
is why
it
they get
closer.
paid the big
That's
bucks.
Right.
This is why the officiating crew gets the big bucks.
So You know, and as an official, it's a three-person crew, and you have to have an ear towards the sideline. You know, it's such a pivotal time. You can't just be sitting watching play. You almost have to be hearing for that timeout call, and it appears that they heard Chad Wolfall scream timeout. No. One official pointing to Minot State, but that's not the case. The Dragons are going to, get the ball. The second there, wait a minute. Crunch time, 39.2 seconds remaining. So 21, and they put the shot clock at 21. That verified.
Verified, yeah.
Inbounds comes, and they get it in the park. Now Minot State might have to foul. Ersfeld, and he's fouled from behind. Alexis Kennedy, Martin, been great working with Alexis tonight. She's down there, and I know you're kind of pacing that sideline a little bit. Got a little intense over there, Alexis, here in the waning seconds of this game, did it not?
For sure. We got our butts on the edge of the seat over here, and everyone's kind of got their fingers in their mouths, but I feel like we might got this one. A couple of free throws here.
She's over there, the student body cheering Alexis on, working that sideline. Free throw good by Bryce Ersfeld. This kid's played. He's number one, had to defend Max Cody tonight. Had a nice steal and a breakaway layup, and now he buries 2 free throws, half a dozen points, but it's a 6-point lead. How fast you want to see Minot State get a good look here. Cody, did they try a 3? And if you miss it, you almost shoot yourself out of the game. They're going to. Louis, bank, it's good. There's your 3 and a quick timeout.
Timely 3 there by Louis.
22.1 seconds on the clock, 87-84. Minot State has pulled within 3.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
Your she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Dave Eggers at 218-233-1334 today.
87-84, Jack Michaels, Jared Bledsoe. Alexis Kennedy from Nemzik today. The Dragon men, I keep going back to this, they trailed by 16 in the first half and then went on a nice run to close it out, pull within 5. They saw that lead, Jared, for Minot State, get back to 9, and was in that hovering mode of getting back to double figures. And then, the Dragons, Gavin Baumgartner hit a 4-point play at one time. But the Beavers kind of with their own 4-point play, but some steals. A couple of and ones by Johnny Benenga. A steal and basket by Bryce Ersfeld. Some big-time plays. Code was involved in this. And now here you go. 87-84, Jared. Dragons will trigger it in. Number one, got to get it in. Expect to be fouled, I'd imagine, immediately.
Right, trying up a play to get it in, ideally to one of your higher percentage free throw shooters, and obviously secure the ball and run this clock out. Kudos to this Minot State team, though. They definitely don't look like a team that has not won a game in the NSIC.
Yeah, they are playing tough here tonight. Well, the trigger man will be Johnny Benenga, so it appears the Beavers aren't going to guard the ball. So you're going to have 5 guys to guard 4. And we'll see what happens. Code leaves. Ersfeld comes, and a foul. Louis, I believe, is going to be whistled. Is he? No, it's going to be on Cody.
Yeah, it's on Cody.
His second.
Ersfeld drew the foul on Cody.
I'm not sure. I mean, I guess you got to kind of pick your poison if you're Minot State. Bryce Ersfeld out of Browerville, Minnesota. Another young player. These Dragons, they've got some youth. This is a team. If MSUM basketball were a stock, I would buy it immediately.
Absolutely. Baumgartner, as you mentioned, young freshman.
Well, Baumgartner in the second half is connected on 3 threes, 3 twos. He's hit a couple of free throws. He's just had a wonderful night. Bryce Ersfeld, a freshman from Browerville, Minnesota. Half a dozen points coming in the second half. 2 of 2. Just cut to the basket. Took a little shot there from Max Cody. 2 shots coming.
Ersfeld has to knock down these shots, or otherwise, what a wise move by Cody with no time coming off the clock. So see how this plays out.
Sometimes freshmen, redshirt freshmen, they grow up in a hurry in moments like this. This is the maturation of a young ball player, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And Ersfeld looks as cool as Christmas. Swish. I'm not sure where I was going to go with that. I guess Christmas is cool.
Christmas is cool.
Christmas is cool. Merry Christmas to you, Jared. Cool as Christmas.
Cool as Christmas.
Let's see if a present here lies under the tree. Number 2. Yes, thank you very much. 8 points for Ersfeld. Just everything he has put up in the second half has been vital. All 8. So it's a 5-point lead for the Dragons. Minot State Cody going to drive, goes for a layup, makes it. And it cuts the deficit down. Quick inbound, quick foul, and Gavin Baumgartner going to get some free throws. Louis has picked up his 4th personal. So it's a 3-point lead with 13.6. Boy, if you're Minot State, as Chad Walthall thinking, this is nice. Got a 3-point lead. It's not over. But if you're Minot State, you've got to be wondering, how did we not knock them out?
Yes. How did we not come away with the victory tonight? Like you said, a 16-point lead, had the momentum. And again, a credit this Dragon, young, youthful Dragon team not giving up.
Simon Sim checks in. You're going to bring some length on. Beninga out. How's a 27-point night for Gavin Baumgartner? Treat you. One more would make her 28. There's 28. Big night.
Dragons right on cue here, 91 points.
I'd love to say it's academic, but the way the Beavers have been knocking shots down, there's a 3, rolls out, no good. Rebound code, and that's going to do it. Final seconds ticking away. MSUM is going to win it tonight, 91-86. And everybody can take a deep sigh and say, Well, that's the one you appreciate. And I'm sure when Alexis Kennedy sits down with our player and or Chad Wolthall, she's going to get that deep sigh of relief from those guys too. They trailed by 16 points in the first half, cut that down to 5, and trailed again by 9 in the second half, and they end up winning, the Dragons do, by 5 points, 91-86 here today in a big night. 28 points for Gavin Baumgartner in the game. And for Chad Wolthall, he knew he had to get pressure in that second half. Alexis Kennedy going to track down Gavin Baumgartner, and we'll hear from the man, the freshman from Plymouth, Minnesota. 28 points, that's not all he did. Alexis, that's got to be a happy guy standing to your right.
For sure, joined here by Gavin Baumgartner. Gavin, what made this Minot team so tough tonight?
Well, they got 5 really good players out there at all times, like the whole league does. And that always makes it tough. They got shooters. Their point guard number 5, he's a very strong player. He leads them very well. You could hear him all night yelling their plays, yelling everything. So they're led well, coached well. They're a good team.
For sure. Now, how does this win build your team's identity and confidence?
Well, we talk all the time about our identity, and we're trying to find it right now. Obviously, we're trying to be tough defensively, trying to be very competitive. That's one thing we've been harping on a lot. We really got to be competitive. And so I think this win right there, you can see, we came from behind. We were competing the whole game. So I think that'll kind of be what we're going to build off of.
For sure. Great job tonight. Jack, Jared.
Alexis, excellent job right there, and that's a happy man and a well-spoken man. And Gavin Baumgartner, he talked about, staying with it, staying intense, got to keep that activity. He talked about Minot State, obviously, playing as a team together, talking it out. But there's something to be said about never say die and not quitting, and the Dragons did not quit today.
Hey, that young man is only a freshman. He just broke down the Beavers team. But as you mentioned, it's just a true effort on both ends of the floor to fight back into this game, Jack.
And we'll take a look at some of the the great plays in this game, the highlights of this game, and really for both sides. You see the Akibo on that drop-down feed. Cody finished double digits in assists today. That high post entry to Louis getting inside that screen, that dunk,
play,
Jared.
yeah.
But you know what? The Dragons and some boys doing some work today, too. Ersfeld.
Yeah. Ersfeld in transition with the big-time steal. That was kind of a pivotal moment there. This is another big-time play by Beninga. Slicing to the basket, getting the and one.
And then Baumgartner. What can you say? How about a fadeaway 14-footer for the elbow? He finishes with 28 points tonight. And we look at our stats of today's game. And this overall 91 points. You didn't shoot it as well. You didn't shoot threes as well. You shot free throws better. You're out-rebounded. But you didn't commit as many turnovers either.
That's what stood out right away to me, man. Only 6 turnovers, 91 points. I mean, the Dragons obviously getting up a ton of shots, obviously making shots, and found a way to win tonight.
In the second half, the Dragons capitalized on more points off turnovers. We said in the first half that didn't happen, so that's a look inside the numbers. The Dragons win it 91-86. Your electrifying play, and I bet you the crew was busy searching how many should we use. Moorhead Public Service, how about this? Crossover, and there's that drive and one. And Johnny Beninga, boy, when the rubber met the road, Beninga, he answered the call.
I would argue he could possibly be the fastest kid in the NSIC, 94 feet.
Moorhead Public Service bringing you the electrifying play of the game. The Dragons today with just an impressive win coming from behind, erasing that deficit of 16 points in the first half, and they win it. The newsmaker of the game, well, come on. He had 28 points. He did a little bit of everything. He dished it out. He scored it. What do you think of Gavin's game tonight?
Fun to watch. Only a freshman found a way to win big-time shots. He was one of the kids that had the 4-point play tonight. Found a way to win.
Gavin Baumgartner finishes with 28 points in the game tonight. Well, we've got an earlier sheet, so 28 tonight. Trust me, I know the sheets we were handed says 21, but you can't be taking 7 points away from Gavin Baumgartner. Finishes with 28 points tonight to lead the floor. And Max Cody was a difference maker. Max Cody finishing with 15 points and 11 assists for Minot State. Some of the high point getters for this game tonight. And the MSUM Dragons win it. And this is not it, because here it is on a Saturday night. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If you're talking baseball, you'd say got a pitcher in short days rest. Northern State coming up Wednesday night. Important to know on WDAY Extra, that'll be coming to you from Memorial Auditorium and the campus of Concordia College. So that game at Concordia coming up on Wednesday night. The ladies will tip off at 6 o'clock and the men to follow at 8. Then as conference play resumes in 2019. Did I really say 2019? Jared, is it 2019 already?
2019, right around the corner.
Road trips to at Monona State, out Upper Iowa, Bemidji State, Crookston, Wayne State. You see those bing, bang, bong home games there, and hopefully the Dragons can take care of business Wednesday, get on the road at Monona State and Upper Iowa, get some success there, and then bring it back to Nemzik, where obviously today both the men and women felt comfortable.
Great job by both programs to come in, get wins, battle back. I mean, just fun basketball to watch this evening.
Well, it's been a nice night of basketball here in WDAY Extra, and certainly for the Dragons, hopefully for the Dragons and their families and friends and fans, Merry Christmas. But there's that game Wednesday night, and something they can build off of tonight. And Northern State, Northern State's going to want a little redemption against the ladies, obviously, and the men's game should be entertaining also.
Absolutely. You just made a great point. Build. You got to build off the momentum tonight, finding the identity to be scrappy by the men, and obviously the women want to continue to win as well.
It's always nice when you take two and you're building. Good crowd support tonight here at Alex Nemzik. I want to certainly thank Steve DeStacio for letting me pop into his chair. He'll be back in, probably be wearing a cast on that wrist. But he's going to be fine, too, and it's nice to work with you, Jared.
Absolutely,
and Alexis.
Jack.
Nice job. This is fun. Call me if you need any help again. I didn't bring you any snacks tonight. So
No
next
worries.
time maybe I'll bring you some food. A big doubleheader win tonight for MSUM, the ladies and the men. We thank you and all the sponsors that allow us to bring you Dragon men's and women's basketball on WDAY Extra. For Jared, Alexis, and the crew, it's a doubleheader sweep for MSUM. Until next time, good night from Alex Nemzik.